And we are on the air. Let me just adjust the microphone because we're using a different microphone today. Yeah. So things might sound a little different. Hopefully it sounds okay. So if you can give us some feedback here and let us know if everything sounds good, bad, worse.
Yeah.
Welcome to ZeroPage Homebrew. 2019, you survived.
2019.
Yeah, you survived 2018 and our first year of broadcasting ZeroPage. It's Wednesday, and this is where we play new games on old consoles. And today, we're going to be playing a whole bunch of Trak-Ball games.
Oh, it's going to be fun. And greetings, Mr. Fix.
Yes, welcome, Mr. Fix, and Gretums, and Dionoids, Iasposta.
Apparently Darcy was yelling in the last stream, and this is why
which prompted the microphone.
Yeah, well, we were using a kind of a one that's designed for film work. It's more of a shotgun microphone because we both work in films, and this is much more of a studio microphone, something you would use in a studio environment,
like broadcasting radio.
That's right.
Like this is.
Gretums is like Darcy yelling. It's pretty normal.
It is very normal. So yeah, Daryl Spice Jr. messaged me on the Atari Age forums.
Yeah.
He went, "You may want to look at your audio setup."
Hey, Impaler.
It was really distorting. Your Darcy was yelling a lot, and Darcy yells. And we do get animated in the show when we lose or win or whatever. So this has a higher decibel tolerance, a much higher one.
Oh yeah.
Than a shotgun mic. Shotgun mics are for very pointed, specific audio recordings, pointed at one thing.
That's right, and they have noise cancellation behind, so if you're doing field work and there's like a construction zone and you need to record a dialogue scene, which no one recommends.
First, you shouldn't be recording in a construction zone, but it will help.
And you can point the back of it to the construction and it'll cancel out some of the sounds behind you. And
every stream he clips the volume.
Is that right? Okay, so I suppose that we might have
solved the problem.
I'm the opposite. I'm Mr. Mumbler, so I don't know. we might have saved the stream for Darcy,
but not. Yeah.
I'll have to learn how to speak up. It might be the challenge.
Project.
Yeah, you know. But I don't
enunciate and project.
But I don't want to lose my character. You know.
That's right.
My essence.
So everybody, can you hear us? Are we too quiet? Are we too loud? Is it peaking at all? Hello, Impaler26. Hello, Spindly1970. Hello, Ground Trooper. Welcome.
We got an amazing third-person type from Ground Trooper.
Yeah, what's going on?
This is amazing.
And we are EU-friendly today because we're broadcasting 11 a.m. And I think Wednesdays will be 11 a.m. for this month. So
that's right.
That's great.
I stopped working my kind of crazy 9-to-5 job. I saved up a bunch of money, and now I'm
He quit it to do this show.
That's right, specifically for the millions of dollars now.
That's right. All the sponsorship we're getting.
All the crazy.
From no one.
All the crazy. Yeah.
Sound is good here. Excellent. And we're also going to talk about and announce all the information for the 2018 Atari Awards now that 2018 is over.
That's right.
But we'll get to that in a second. And we're going to be playing 5 of the Trak-Ball games today that were released recently from Atari Age. They released 10, so we're going to be doing 5 today and 5 on Friday, covering all of them.
And people are saying the sound is pretty good, so keep us posted as it goes. I mean, we should be as scrutinizing as you want to be about that.
Yeah, the levels look good. We're just touching the red, which is fine. And I think Darcy was like pegging the red.
Oh, I'm sure he was blasting it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll get to that as well.
Spindly
1970.
Heard Spindly before. He's from East Texas.
Oh, is he?
You're a Texan.
Hello, East Texas.
And
hello, Atari.
We hear things about Texans, and we're scared of them, so we won't say any of the things.
Yes, that's right. We won't say anything bad about Spindly 1970.
That's right.
I want to thank all the Twitch subscribers that help support the show. Charles and Czech, Ground Trooper, Iasposta, Jeffrey, 2123, Johnny, WC23, Mr. Fix, Muddy Funster, Retro Happy Hour, Thrust 26, and Tiki Dan K.
And Atari, who's joined the stream.
The show mascot, the cat named Atari.
Oh, Spinley. You just hit my
Oh,
soul.
that's terrible.
I've been divorced before. There's nothing you could say to hurt me.
His soul is empty.
Spoken like a divorced person.
That's terrible.
Oh, dude. I
That's
didn't
so
mean to...
sad. And I want to put a poll out there because we are playing Trak-Ball games today. So the poll is, do you have a Trak-Ball?
I can say no.
So yeah, you can say no because you don't even have an Atari.
I don't. I just do it here.
So, do you have a Trak-Ball CX22 or CX80 for your VCS? Number 1 choice is yes, I do. Number 2, type it in. Yes, I do, and also have an Atari ST mouse or Amiga mouse. And 2, crying face. 3 is a no, crying face. So you just type 1, 2, or 3. Don't make a mistake because you can't correct it. So I'm going to type 1 because I do. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to do this show. There we go. Oh, and Spinley 1970 has one for sale. So if you don't have one, contact Spinley 1970. And he may hook you up so you can play these games. Okay, on to the news and feedback. And the news... Well, the feedback was the terrible mic, which we fixed.
Which is done.
Not a terrible mic. It's an excellent mic.
It's just for these purposes.
Inappropriate mic.
Yeah.
It was acting very inappropriately.
That's right. It was talking about religion and politics at the table.
At the dinner table,
well,
and it never goes well.
It was
distorting the sound, and we had to kick it out.
That's right. We're like, let's
told it to leave.
Keep this into safe discussions with grandma at the table.
That's right. So the news is the 2018 Atari Awards. Why isn't the poll question up? First, I'll put the poll question up and the graphic. They conflict.
I'm popping my neck. Okay.
Here we go. 2018 Atari Awards, and they will be live on ZeroPage Homebrew Twitch stream February 23rd, 2019. That's a Saturday. It's going to be at 12 p.m. Pacific time.
That's right.
So it's EU friendly. 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. GMT.
That's right.
So that's Greenwich Mean Time, so everybody in Europe can calculate their times.
And you'll post this somewhere as
Everywhere.
well. So yeah, if you do need to find it, I'm sure there's going to be definitely places.
There's a thread on the Atari Age forums that has all the info about
and then your Facebook page as well.
Yeah, Facebook page. I'll be posting all the time there about it.
This isn't like a month's, 2 months notice.
2 months notice. So book your time off.
That's right.
And get ready for that. I'll be there. Erin will be there.
That's right.
Tanya will be there. Darcy will be there. So all the regulars will be on stream, on camera, switching around, presenting the awards. And I have ordered the awards. They're already approved. They're on their way. They look awesome. I don't think I've seen them yet. I'll show you after the show. They're really, really, really cool. And I've ordered one for each of the categories. So I will ship the winners a physical award. So it's very, very exciting.
And there'll be prestige, there'll be honor, there'll be pride, there'll be joy, there'll be passion.
All those things. There'll be lots of that stuff.
It'll just be a fun day.
We
were even talking about mucking around with trying to do some lighting stuff and figure out the camera stuff. So it'll be just like a fun little bit of prep.
Because we'll have a green screen, so we'll be having graphics in behind.
That's right.
And I'll be doing some edited videos to throw to for the nominees. You know, those things where they go to the nominees are. And then it's blah, blah, blah. And they show a little clip of the movie. We'll be showing a clip of the game.
Oh, man.
And then the next game and the next game. So it'll be very much like modeled after a normal movie award show. So very, very reminiscent of those. So the dates for you guys to get involved, because it is a public vote. You are going to pick the winners, not us. The voting begins for the public on January 23rd. So it's a month before the award show. And the voting ends on February 18th.
Yeah, so you have a bit of time.
So you have 27 days, almost a month. And the voting begins in 21 days. So prepare yourself. Start playing those games that we list.
So it'd be a fun way to wrap up the year too.
Yeah.
Right now is definitely. I've been playing a bunch of video games since I'm back too. It's a great kind of video game season now in the new year.
It's cold outside. You're going to be inside. You want to keep warm.
That's right.
Why not pull up the Atari console or your emulator and play some of these games and look back at all the games that came out in 2018. So the 10 categories that people can get an award in are best programming. Actually, I'll announce it in a different way.
Okay.
Best graphics. So that's the best visually looking game. Best music and sound. So anything auditory.
Absolutely.
Music or sound or the combination. Best programming, which is everything but the graphics and music and sound. So the way the characters move, the design of the game, how it plays, everything like that. If the game concept even, best packaging. So that's all the graphics outside of the game. Like the cover to the game. Sorry.
We lost Atari. That's okay.
So like the cover to the game, the manuals, the
actual cartridge,
design, anything that came with the game, like if it included extras or anything like that. So that's best packaging. Then there's
the Gizzle-Wap.
Yes, the Gizzle-Wap.
It's an example of an interesting packaging and an interesting manual.
Yes, exactly. It tells a story in the manual. It's very confusing, very weird, but
and then it informs you at the end that this is the imagination of his children, so it contextualizes the whole thing. So it's that would be an example of one that's not necessarily nominated, not necessarily going to win anything, but it's the first one that comes to my brain.
I don't know if that was in 2018.
If it isn't good, because then I picked an example that's not in competition.
That's right.
And
then it breaks down into categories of best game hack. So these are games that were were other games beforehand, and then they changed some graphics or sound or gameplay and made it into another game. So they're not original games; they're hacks of games. Best demo, which is not a demo of a game, but it's a category of programming where it shows off the audio and video capabilities of the system. It's non-interactive.
Yes.
So it's just like dazzling and making cool graphics and making music. And
so like an example that might be that one we looked at, which was like the picture of the woman who was in the Christmas manual that was saying here's the highest resolution that we can do.
That's a perfect example of a demo. Yeah. Or the snow falling one that we saw for the Christmas stuff. Anything that's not really interactive. Yeah, demo scene programs are mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to interact with them, they have a lot more time to do processing for making it look good and doing a lot of tricks. So that's what demos are. Best work in progress homebrew.
There we go.
So these are games that aren't done yet, but they're on their way. So these aren't released, they're not on cartridge, they're not like finalized. They're more like the most anticipated game that's going to come out. So you can even vote for those. The best Atari Basic homebrew. So that's made using the programming environment. That's a little bit easier for beginners. So we thought we'd set aside a category for Atari Basic games.
That's very smart.
Yeah, because they're in a different kind of caliber than pure assembly games.
Absolutely.
And then there's also the Technical Achievement Award. And this is any kind of innovation that was done for the Atari 2600, such as the only one I could think of right now off the top of my head is that splitter for Wizard of War, where it splits port 1 into 2 joystick inputs. It can also be graphic innovations. It can also be sound innovations. Anything that kind of pushes the envelope.
Absolutely.
That anybody maybe hasn't seen before, or a game hasn't been done in a certain way before. Anything like that that really stands out and really shows off the 2600 or pushes the envelope of it.
One could say that this is the future of homebrew, because these are where the ideas will then be taken to be, you know, incremented or improved,
adapted into other games. Like, oh, that's great, I can use that in my game.
Integrated is the word I meant. You know, it'll be taken into the system.
And that's another one, the 32-byte board with dip switches. Somebody made a cartridge that is all made up of on and off, and you can program it yourself. Wow. And that's the program right on the board. You just flick switches and then plug it in, and it's a game. If that was released in 2018, I'll have to check. I'm not sure on that one. But that isn't a good example of it. Like, it's pushing the limits of what a game can be. And then the final is Best Homebrew. It encompasses...
It's like the Best Picture. That's the...
Yes. Yeah, Best Picture. It's the last award of the show. It's like... Best of everything. It puts all those other categories together, and they all combine into Best Homebrew.
That's right.
So whatever the best homebrew is of 2018. So there's 188 homebrew games that were released in 2018.
That is crazy. That's amazing.
A lot. Yeah, and that's like hacks and demos, and they're all up for each of the 10 categories, and different. Obviously, a demo is not up for, you know, best game hack, because they're different categories. So the next step, where's the poll list? It's not on the screen. I'll put it on after, because I have that graphic up. But I'll put it on after.
Yeah, hold on. Give us a sec.
Give us a second. We'll get back to it.
Thanks for letting us know, though, man. I'm sorry. We're.
But you can still type 1, 2, 3. But the results later. We'll have a drum roll. So the next step we have is to narrow down the 188 homebrews, because we don't want to present you guys with a huge list. Here, you have to pick 188.
It's too much.
It's too much. So what we have gathered together is we have 18 very active Atari 2600 community members, homebrew members, that we've handpicked for the nomination committee. And those people will take the 188 homebrews. They're doing the... Yeah, we're talking about the 2018 awards.
They're doing the real work.
Yeah, they're doing the real work. They're in the trenches. They're going to be playing all these games, or they're already familiar with these games because they're really into homebrew.
Well, that makes it actually like the Oscars, because this is how the Academy Awards work, where it's not a general public's decision. It is the people in the community, kind of the filmmakers.
We're doing a kind of a mix. Yeah. Part of it is like the Academy Awards, where the previous winners, but there is no winners. It's the first episode. We have to pick the first round of people.
That's right.
So these are the people that really know the system. They've either made games, like they're graphic artists, they're programmers, they're huge collectors, they're homebrew distributors. We have people from different
That's amazing.
Distribution
Probably all around
companies.
The world too, I suspect.
Oh yeah, all over the place. And more people. So over the next couple weeks, before the public voting, they're going to play all these games. They're going to put forth their nomination list. They're going to be independently voting, and then I'll be gathering all the votes and adding them all up and making the lists that will be passing on to you guys, so you don't have to vote on 188 titles. It'll just be the top titles.
That's right.
That all the experts have whittled it down to.
It's a wonderful method.
Really. Yeah, and it's the best method, I think, because it's too unwieldy to say, here's a list of 188 games for you to choose from for this category. 188 games for this category.
It's just too much.
It's overloading, so we give that terrible job to other people. But it's a fun job.
Well, for some people, it would be exciting to do, and for some people, so why not give it to the people that would
really want to do it
and would appreciate this this journey, this task, this adventure of playing 188 games and trying to siphon through them.
Yeah, it's people like me who have played these games throughout the year as they're being released, because I've played almost all of the games that are in the release list, because I evaluate them for the show.
That's right.
And we play them twice a week. So it's people like that who have played almost all these games, and then they would just play the games that they haven't played to fill in the blanks. So that is what is happening on February 23rd. And even before that, The voting, I think, will take place in the Atari Age forums. More details on that later, because I want to make sure it can support the type of voting that we want to do. And obviously it would be the easiest to do because all the people are registered in the Atari Age forums. So,
and a big, honestly, big thanks to James for putting together all this work and kind of having this idea and pushing it through, because this is a great thing for the community, and it's not a trivial amount of work.
Oh my God, it's a lot of work.
Massive amount of work.
And organizing all these people
for really very little gain, other than just this will be fun and nice.
Just for fun.
So,
and I also want to thank ArenaFoot as well. He's part of the organization.
Yeah.
And also, it's myself, ArenaFoot, and Atari Age are the presenters, not sponsors. Presenters and sponsors, I guess, because I'm putting in a lot of money into this and making none of it back.
And it's great.
Because there's no monetary sponsors for this show. There's not going to be advertising.
And it's great that the Atari Age got on board and allowed this to sort of happen, because without them, I don't think this could exist, right?
It's difficult because we're running everything through their forums, and
Absolutely.
they've been a big supporter of all this. And we have other distributors as part of this as well, doing the nomination, so it's not just Atari Age games. It's everyone's games from any distributor, even independent people who are not even through a distributor. Oh God, my voice.
Yes.
And people who are just releasing ROMs as well into the forums. Those count too. They don't have to be put on cartridge. You can make it on Atari Basic, simple game. Every single game that was released in 2018 is entered in automatically. You don't have to do some big, elaborate, email to me to convince me to put you in. You're automatically in it. So it's not like the Oscars.
That's right. It's this,
you have to take out ads and convince people to nominate you for the Oscars.
Which is crazy.
But I can understand. There's hundreds of thousands of movies made every year.
And there's millions of dollars to be made from that.
Oh my God, yeah. If you get even nominated, you make millions just off that.
One of the fun parts about this show is that because there's no money in it, it just means that we can hang out and play games. And
That's right.
There's a purity to what we're doing here, which is fun, because in other worlds, when money gets thrown into things, gosh,
it's no corruption here.
That's right.
Yeah, we are uncorrupted, which is wonderful to be. We can say anything, and we can play any game.
And we can just do our thing.
Yeah. Hello, TJ. Welcome to the show. We're European friendly today.
That's right.
Thomas Jentzsch can hang out with us, which is excellent, because he did 4 out of the 5 games today.
My God,
4 out of the 5 hacks today, so he can give us a lot of background information on this.
I've never played a Trak-Ball game before. I'm terrified because I'm gonna do
interface.
It's gonna be a steep learning curve, I think, and hopefully by the end I'll have some technique, some method for how this works.
So let's go back to the poll question.
Oh yeah, thanks for keeping us on track, I suppose.
That's right. So 75% of people have a Trak-Ball that are watching, which is great, because then they'll be able to play these games if they haven't already downloaded. A lot of these have been available for many years in ROM form, but they finally just got released in cartridge.
It's one of the pleasures of Atari is that they have all these crazy controls that are just kind of completely different than normal, and
anything else.
It feels like an arcade. Like you get to hang out, and you've got your Trak-Ball, you've got your...
That's exactly what they're emulating, because arcades had a Trak-Ball, arcades had spinners, paddles, and no other system, no other system had paddles. Very few system had Trak-Balls. So this is really, really exciting. No Wicco. Wicco doesn't work on this. Wicco is just a joystick emulator. So we participated off and on. Well, you participated off and on with the 2018 Homebrew Tournament games.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those? And they're all done now.
I had to miss a few key ones, so I imagine I didn't do so well.
Yeah, you were part of 3, it shows here.
Yes.
So the results are in, and I came in 4th place.
Yes.
Which is excellent, because it was stiff competition.
Oh, number 1, I imagine, is the...
Yeah, is the guy who organized it.
Who just crushed.
He got in 1st place 5 times. Oh, he missed 1 game, which is really weird. And he still crushed it.
Yes.
Then Oyama family came in 2nd. They came in 1st place once and 2nd place 3 times. Then Retro Goober, And then I came in 4th place. He hasn't added my Stay Frosty 2 score because I submitted it late. But but I played it on time. It was just the holidays.
It's just how it goes.
And mine were kind of middle-of-the-road placements, but I was consistent.
Yeah.
I played every single game. And everyone below me did not play every single game, and that's the only reason I came in 4th place. Because there's some amazing players out there. So that was a lot of fun, and I hope he puts it on for next year.
Yeah, that was...
Because it added a lot of, it gave a reason to do one show a month dedicated to just getting a high score in a game.
Absolutely. And it's like, there's some games that you're really meant to play in that way. Like, you're meant to kind of try to get the best score. And that's why these simpler games that were about high scores were fun, because you could hang out at the arcade with your friends and try to see who could get the highest score. And that's what was meant to be the case. And and I mean, at a certain point, the tough thing about the internet and the tough thing of where we're at is sometimes you're just screaming into a void, being like, I guess I did better than myself last time. So you're doing nothing but personal best. So as soon as you throw yourself into a ring, there's just it gives you an edge too. It gives you something to push for, like, and to
play it again and again and try and perfect your tricks of minimizing deaths and maximizing points.
And then to look and see someone somehow got like 10 times my score. How did they possibly do that?
Billy Mitchell.
And it makes you push, right? And that's what's fun. They're games. They're meant to be played this way. So I'm with you. I hope that they do it again, because that was fun. I remember even just like us playing the games together is fun.
So much fun, because you're like, I almost beat that other person on the list, and I just want to do once more. Just once more I can do it. Some games are too long for the show.
Correct.
Stay Frosty would have been too long for the show if I was good at it. Because a perfect game takes 3 hours.
Whoa.
To do on Stay Frosty.
So, like, that's rough. You go through 2 hours and you die.
Yeah.
I guess we're
still get a good score.
I guess this is going to be a 5-hour stream, guys.
and that actually leads me perfectly into my next topic, which is Stay Frosty. And
did I play Stay Frosty? Probably not.
I don't think you ever did. It's a platformer with a snowman. You jump around. Amazing game.
I did something that was like that, but who knows? I mean, we did a Christmas stream. But that's the past.
That's right.
that was 2018.
That's right. So I was trying to play Stay Frosty, and I had played it a long time ago on the stream, but I'd forgotten. And I plugged it in recently, the last episode, and it didn't work. And I was like, oh my god, what the hell? Did you bridge the inductor? That's what I'm getting to.
That's a deep cut.
It is. And it didn't work, but luckily I had it on ROM as well, because I make sure I have these games on ROM in case the cartridges don't work. And last time I used the Atari 8 Holiday Greetings 2014 as a backup, and it does work. So I was worried that this was broken. And I went to... No, what happened is Daryl Spice Jr. messaged me after the show, because he's the guy who made the game, and he said, oh, you should take a look at this thread of the discussion about Stay Frosty 2. And in the thread, it was talking about that 6-switch Atari 2600 does not work with this game.
Really?
Yes. And another couple games as well.
These are good things to know.
Yes. And also A Bite Before Christmas. It didn't work. I don't have that cartridge, but I'll be buying it. And it wasn't working with Toy Shop Trouble as well. And I had that on ROM, and I had to use the backup for that. So I looked...
Interesting that it's Christmas games.
It's just Christmas games. It was also River Raid 2, which is a totally different game as well. But yeah, both Christmas games. But there's no software fix that was ever found for it. It's actually a hardware fix that fixes it. You have to go in and bridge the inductor in it. You have to bridge two circled, they give a little diagram, 2 solder joints with a wire.
This is why, like, these analog machines are cool.
Yes.
Because, like, in what world would, like, someone for, like, a PlayStation 4 be, like...
Opening up their equipment.
to try to make a game work. It's so great. It's also... I love it so much.
Yeah, it's so weird. So I will be doing that.
You're going to bridge the inductor.
I'm going to bridge the inductor and do some surgery because I...
just take apart this 2600.
Yeah, get the magnifying glass out.
Some...
It's really simple to do.
I'm sure it is, but it's so crazy.
Daryl Spice Jr. said his still work, no problem. And I also messaged Ais Bosta. He says his works as well still because they did it like a couple years ago and it's totally fine now.
Okay,
I didn't want to wreck it because it's my RGB awesome system.
Do you have multiple systems? Like, let's say, crazy, worst case scenario, you screwed up. Would you have a backup for the show? Or I just want to know the stakes of this inductor bridging.
I would, but it wouldn't be RGB. It would be RF, which is the lowest common denominator, and it'd look like a bunch of fuzz on the screen. It would look terrible.
We'd have a fuzz stream.
Yeah, it'd be fuzzy. I might just resort to doing it if I had to, if it would die. I don't have a backup.
And then what would happen? Would you order?
It's my nightmare. Why are you talking about this?
I just wanted to know. I wanted to know the stakes of this because I guess how common are the RGB?
Uncommon, and I would have to order from Australia to get new parts. Wow. And it took forever last time. And then I'd have to put them in, and it took many hours.
And you wouldn't know what parts until the thing.
Well, I would just order all the new parts. It comes as a kit.
Yeah,
right?
you should maybe in case, just for Murphy's Law.
Yeah, well, I do want to get a heavy sixer, which is like the original version of the 2600 that came out. A Sunnyvale heavy sixer at one point. Yeah. You didn't read my reply, James. In Atari age, your output would not be affected. Yeah, no, it would not be affected. No, he was saying if it totally breaks down like that whole system.
It would be totally fine.
He's saying go to a totally different system that has just RF. Yeah, I will. I'm so busy. I'll answer you.
I'm sorry to bring up your nightmare. I was just curious.
Yes.
I'm trying to lay some stakes down for this operation, you know.
No, this is really simple.
I'm sure it's
fine.
And
if it doesn't work, you just snip it. And it goes back to normal. It's not like a destructive one, which is nice, because I'd be really scared if it was a destructive operation that I had to do. So that brings us to the games. So let's get into it. The first one is Plaque Attack, which I have played. It's a fun game, and it was kind of put out as an educational type game. Somebody voted. We're just going to go back to the polls here. Somebody voted and they have an Atari ST mouse or Amiga mouse. So somebody has a bit more than this Trak-Ball.
So something tells me this is going to be too dental hygiene related.
It is.
I'm just...
Oh, and the cord is very short.
Okay. So it's a good thing we bumped the mic forward.
Yeah. That's good. There we go.
Oh God. Okay. So do both buttons work?
I believe both buttons are the same for this.
Well, that's nice because then if you wanted to go left, I'm gonna go right track.
So it detected correctly, and this was originally made by Activision, as you can see. And I
don't know if you hear that sound.
That's the sound you'll be hearing for the next 2 hours.
Okay.
There we go. So Defend the Teeth is the object of the game.
Oh God. Okay.
Plaque Attack is a 1983 video game for the Atari 2600 that was made by Activision. The player must shoot food to protect teeth inside a person's mouth. This poor unfortunate soul only has 8 teeth. So it's very important you keep these last 8 teeth in their mouth.
That's the thing,
because
man.
They are a backwoods hillbilly that just found out about toothpaste.
He's like, seriously, we gotta do some work. And big cheeseburger fan. Or hot dog fan.
This is a hot dog wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the hot dog wave.
And you can move from top to bottom, and it would turn around automatically. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I think it's just one direction at this point.
Whoa, so there's going to be multiple directions? This is
I don't think there is going to be, because they can't really cross.
Oh, God. Okay, buddy. Oh.
They're all in a row. That's easy.
Yeah, but, like... Whoa. Okay.
And Activision made the best games back in the day. This is one of the rare opportunities that we get to play original games.
Whoa!
Oh no!
Buddy!
Just turn around and shoot it. That's when you shoot it. That's right. Oh, get it! Turn it.
I can't. I don't know how to turn
Go
around.
to the bottom.
Okay. see if I go up or down,
yes.
It doesn't seem to do anything
Oh,
now.
what? Really?
Yeah, check it out.
Oh, what the hell? Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm messing you up. Oh god.
There's nothing to do. Just don't do that. Just.
How are you supposed to say there's a strange way to flip your toothpaste?
Okay, come on.
Apparently we don't know it. And I haven't played this in a long time, but
maybe it's like hold down the button and...
Maybe, and then do it?
Oh god. See the donuts? That's how they always get you.
Ball broken? Uh-oh. Maybe my up and down is broken. No, it's not, because I played, I tested it out on Millipede and Centipede.
Oh god, okay, so, this is... don't even... Okay.
Is it up and down? I'm sure it's up and down, because it's not even moving up and down, is it? Let's break out the instructions.
Oh, this is Christmas!
I'm pretty sure it's in Trak-Ball position.
This is Christmas themed. Oh god.
Christmas
no,
themed.
don't. Oh my god, I just got wrecked.
Oh, these are just like Plaque cards. It doesn't give you any instructions. Well, let's get out Plaque Attack. There we go. No, it's just like a one-sheet thing.
I'm in full hillbilly mode, man. We may as well just get dentures at this point.
Yeah, pull all the rest.
It's like, you know, we only got like 4 teeth in my mouth. I don't know how much value my 4 teeth are actually. Oh my god, I only got 3 teeth now.
No.
This is bad news.
Oh, they eat them really quick.
I only got 2. It's the ice cream wave, man. It's the Ben & Jerry's. They get you every time.
We'll check on the Trak-Ball position thing in a second. Just 1 second.
Oh god. Oh
it
god.
should move up and down, so you're not moving up and down at all. So you're dead in about 1 second.
Ah! Okay, we are...
I don't think you can earn any teeth at this point.
I think I'm just done. Am I just rip?
I think you are.
It's the last wave. It's the last go. It's.
So let's check on the controls here. It is in the Trak-Ball position. It was detected as a Trak-Ball. Oh, there's no trick, he says. Difficulties are normal, BB. Let me check. This would be a very bad show if we can only... Nope.
What was going on?
I just switch it away from Trak-Ball and go back to it for some reason. So there we go. Okay, we're good now.
Good.
We're good now.
I
So,
would,
You play again and I'm going to read the instructions
okay.
out.
Okay.
We're good! Oh, nice. 2018. Oh, did it say 2018 in the...
Yeah, it did.
At the bottom? Oh, funny.
Is it a new thing?
Well, these are new. These are newly released games, right? But this one is from originally 1983, because these are all hacks. Hacks of games, because they were originally controlled with joysticks.
I'm doing the...
But this has momentum and movement, and it's a lot quicker.
I'm doing the James Shooter method. Just hold down the button and move.
If you're allowed to do it, do it. Especially
whenever I play a game, I'm always tapping it, and then James takes over, and it's like, oh yeah, that's clearly better. Why did I try to do it any other way?
And the game allows you. Brown and tan.
It's also much easier on the hands.
Oh yeah. Oh, much easier. You'll be able to play it for much longer. Now it's time to turn around almost. Oh, you saved yourself there. No. Oh, he went away. He missed the tooth. Oh, he come back.
Take that. Fries.
Flash across America. Awful joffles of junk food are causing deadly dental decay.
I don't understand how, like, strawberries are that, though. Oh, come
Turn around.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
Go up to the top.
It's
a little slow.
It's a clunky process. It works. It just takes some energy.
Yeah. Well, you can spin it faster, but not too fast, because it may over.
What's so bad about cherries?
Well, they do have sugar in them.
See,
if you had a mouthful of cherries and you never brushed your teeth,
that's a good point.
There would be an issue.
Oh,
You're getting there. Plaque is spreading its invisible film, turning teeth yellow as they decompose before our very eyes. Blast this junk with toothpaste before it gets to your teeth. And don't let up. This is Plaque Attack. And bicuspid, the last stop before Gum City.
Oh, come on, Gum City. Okay. Take that, donuts. No! Yes! Okay.
Switch in this position will cause fast continuous fire, so we're in switch B. Switch A, slower continuous fire.
I appreciate the symmetry of this operation.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
It's not so easy to kind of switch positions. I mean, there's nothing.
Yeah, you Oh,
see.
Lots of natural sugar, yes. That is right.
That's true. Okay, that's good.
Time is a factor. As soon as you press game reset, you'll have 35 seconds to wipe out each wave of food. The tube will shrink as time runs out. So the tube doesn't shrink as a factor of shooting. It's just time. So...
See,
but you do have to shoot every single one because as they go off the screen, they come back again. But I guess as you have less teeth, it's kind of easier? Because there's less teeth to worry about defending?
Yeah, to some degree. Oh, look at this.
But they're faster. Oh my god, that's quick. Oh, whoa. Now you just pretty much stay right there.
This is called the...
Defend the tooth tactic.
This is the... We got one left, boys. 12.
Oh,
and ladies.
Scoring chart. Yes, and ladies. There's at least one.
Redums.
Yep. Scoring. Points are scored each time you shoot a food article. Bonus points are received at the very end of each... Oh, you are dead.
Rip.
Now, if you get another bonus teeth, 2,000 points. What? With each increase of 2,000 points, a bonus tooth will appear beneath your score. Bonus teeth are... But you got 13,000.
Defend the tooth and get extra man. I like... Is that extra man or extra comma? Man.
Get extra man?
I don't know. I suppose this became a stoner character, or he's giving me some tips.
Okay, so...
You just gotta live, man. You just gotta brush your teeth, man.
So, I'm on the bonus teeth.
Okay, there. Bonus teeth
You can zoom in and out.
Okay. You begin with 8 teeth in your mouth with each increase of 2,000 points. A bonus
I can't go up and down anymore.
Oh, God. Reset.
What is happening? I think I might have to take this apart. Ooh, there's no visible screws. Oh no, I'd have to take the feet off. These feet are in impeccable condition. I can't
Well, then we had it working.
Yeah, you were doing it just fine last game.
This is just totally fine.
But I moved it.
Okay. Sorry. Get extra tooth.
You have a dirty TBJ. Oh, do I? You think that's it? No, because when I put in joystick, joystick position, it doesn't go left and right. So it doesn't do anything in joystick position. But in Trak-Ball, I think it's just the up and down is dirty.
Yeah, because it's hard to navigate. Like, it takes a bit of energy. Like, it's
to go up and down, it takes a bit more energy. But now it's working, so I might have to buy a new one of this. But not today.
No, today.
What the hell? Now it's not going up and down when it was just going up and down.
Suspicious. Very suspicious.
Oh, the joystick was moved? No, it detects what type of controller you have at the beginning and then will not let you switch afterwards. But I don't want to play with the joystick. I want to play with the Trak-Ball.
That's right. This was Trak-Ball day. Well, we'll see. It might just be
What's happening?
It might just be this game.
Might be.
Try it out. Yeah, you had it working.
Yeah, and then I reset and it stopped. Oh my god.
You had a beautiful run.
It was working well for you. Multiple games.
Yes. You had a perfect fix for it. It's part of the charm of these situations.
Now, Come on.
Dude.
So it is the hardware. It's in my hardware. Okay. Now can you press reset?
Yes.
And I won't move
reset?
this? Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
He's got it.
Okay, we can play. So I just need to throw around the Trak-Ball a little bit and it'll obey me.
Probably just needs clean.
Yeah.
That's probably right, man. Okay, so the game ends when you've lost all your teeth and have used up all your toothpaste. Okay. So you can use up your toothpaste.
That's a time factor in every level.
Yes.
So you have to shoot them fast. But it hasn't been a problem for you. So
if you lose all your teeth at first, don't get too down in the mouth.
Down in the mouth.
That's right. We got some great writing. All you need is practice. You'll soon develop a sense of rhythm and timing. Notice that the food waves alternatively attack the top and bottom teeth, so begin to anticipate their movement. Be generous in your shots of toothpaste. That is blast away. Yeah, it's like just hold down the button.
Throw at it. Yeah, just go crazy.
You've got nothing to lose. The shots are unlimited, and time is of the essence. Yeah, basically they recommended the James method of hold down the button in the shooter.
Yeah, don't bother just pressing it because it has nothing to do with it.
Dude, can you reach a score of 35,000 points or more? If so, you can become a no-plaque packer, a leader in the bitter war against tooth decay. Just send us a photo of your TV screen showing your score, along with your name and address, and we'll send you the official no-plaque pack emblem.
I doubt it. Usually the scores they need for the patches are quite a bit.
I made it to 13,000.
Oh, I got an extra tooth.
Yeah, man. Every 2 you get.
Every 2,000?
Yeah, every 2,000.
Another extra tooth.
That's right.
Nice. But you made it to 13,000, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
You were rocking it.
See, so I guess you can get a full set of teeth. It's just a matter of. Well, see, they can. See, that's the thing is they can wreck you pretty quick, man. Okay.
And they turn around. When they get a tooth, they turn around on you, so you have to smash yourself the other direction.
Atari just brought in.
Oh, you bought us a present.
He's like, this is a mouse, right? It's not, it's just a cat.
This is a mouse for you.
He's one of Activision's most prolific game designers. His previous releases, Barnstorming, Megamania, and Sequest quickly established his outstanding reputation. Aside from video games,
Megamania is awesome.
It's a good one?
Yeah, I love that game. And this is kind of similar to Megamania in the fact that you're moving and shooting and there's waves of things and they all move in a different kind of way.
Yeah,
oh god!
It's hard to do it. This is not, it takes some skill, man. I mean, every game takes some skill. It's like we're done. That's being like, when you do math, you use a calculator. It's like
games take skill. Do your best.
Fun facts from Erlen. When you write, you typically use words.
Oh my god. No, 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 no!
Steve enjoys motorcycle touring, photography, and...
What?
Is this the guy who decided the game?
Oh, that's funny.
And brushing after every meal.
Oh,
this is one of his hobbies.
Is brushing after every meal. Well, that's a good thing to do.
Dude, he's giving us some tips. Hello there, let me give you some tips.
Oh my god,
to help
I need them
survive.
right now.
Plaque attack. It's almost impossible to recover from poor oral hygiene, i.e. sloppy gameplay. Experienced in the early stages, the best strategy is to acquire as many bonus teeth as possible as soon as you can. It just seems like it's generally a good rule. Whoa, it's crazy.
God. Oh god.
First game. What's the first saying? Show time changed.
No, 11. Didn't I tell you 11? I told you 11.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Yes, dude, you're alive.
Barely. What's the score for the patch that I have to get?
35,000.
And I died because I ran out of toothpaste.
No, you gotta think. You just gotta try to not let this thing die. Yeah, it's too.
There was strawberries in the way of the strawberry that I was trying to defend against. Oh, 35. Oh my god.
Oh, He says, when things get hairy, don't bother going after food particles that are not moving towards your teeth. If they're moving off to the side, let them go.
Yes.
Concentrate only on defending your teeth from food heading their way. This means playing defensively when the going gets tough, whereas in the early stages it's best to play offensively.
Yes. Yeah. Defensively right at the end. But when you've got a full mouth, it's almost impossible to be defensive.
Oh yeah, I don't know. This is crazy. Should we move on, or should we do another one?
We could. You can do one more.
Okay, cool.
21,375. Not bad for a first game. Make sure it works. That you can go up and down. Good. Or not. Get it working again. Just kind of rattle it. Not too hard. But okay, there you go. Do you want to reset, or you
No,
just
it's fine. I'm not like. There's not much risk.
Thank you, Arena Foot, for the score keeping. It was definitely missed in the Stay Frosty 2.
Definitely learning how to do
tactics.
This game.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, they give all this details about Steve Cartwright because Activision, when Atari was making their games, there was an infamous quote before Activision was formed that the president of Atari said that the programmers were no more important than the people who put the boxes together.
Whoa!
and they went, fine, bye-bye.
That's an oversight. I mean, yeah. I can't imagine any workplace where that's smart.
No, it's not.
Especially the people who are literally programming your game.
Yes. They should have said everybody is important. But, because the people wanted credit, they wanted their names on, like, somewhere in the manual, anywhere.
Yeah.
They wouldn't give credit to any of the programmers. They wouldn't put their names out. It was just Atari. So the top programmers split off and made the first third-party video game company, Activision. And they reigned supreme on the 2600. They made the best games because the best... and the Activision commercials said the programmers' names too.
Wow.
So they put their pictures in here in the manuals. They put their name all over the packaging and in the manuals. So they really celebrated the programmers as a big, important part of the gaming.
It's like one of those classic things in HR. It's like if you feel like you're valued, you will continue to work. It doesn't matter
and work harder too.
It doesn't matter if you're like a dude in like McDonald's. It doesn't matter who you are. It makes a massive difference to sort of say, hey, we care that you're here.
Yeah.
This is all most people want. Is
Employee of the month. Or good job at the end of the day, or anything.
Or just like, thanks for being here. Obviously, this isn't like...
I know this sucks, but thank you for doing it,
Yeah,
right?
You didn't dream when you were 5 to, like, whatever job you have.
End up at whatever, yeah. You're like, oh, I wish I'd become an accountant, or a burger flipper, or a sanitation guy, or anything where you're like, well, you don't enjoy going to work, but it's fine.
Yeah. And
you make money.
At the very least, be like, yo, thank you for
doing this job, especially if it's thankless.
Yeah.
If it's like something you don't want to do.
And not that programming is thankless.
No, these guys really like doing it.
And that's the crazy part. And also, they're obviously making a difference with
it's a creative endeavor too. And it should be acknowledged that there's effort put into it. It's not like stamping things as you go by. Like, there's a lot. It was hanging out at the bottom there for a second. And Thrust 26 says managers still have not improved over the last 40 years.
Oh, nope. Do you mean like specifically at video game companies, or you mean like just managers in general?
Well, there's a big brouhaha about video game companies pushing like overtime.
Yeah.
And, like long hours. To get the games out. You having fun, little Atari? I don't think you can see
Definitely. I know that like Bethesda has gotten a crazy amount of like programmers working for them. They're the ones who did all the Elder Scrolls games and stuff. And
huge games.
They just did the new Fallout, and I know that they had like, I think their team was like 20 times the people. Like, I know that they just had an insane amount of people working on their pages. Whoa.
Now it's crunch time. Crunch time, that's what it's Now it's crunch time for this game.
That's right.
2 teeth left. Defend the hillbilly.
Defend the hillbilly, indeed, man. Okay, I got another. I got 3.
You're rocking it.
Oh, I don't. See. Okay, see. It's like that's how quickly this game goes.
Wow. Did really well. You almost got 21,000. You can do it. One more. Yeah. What did I get? Oh, you got so close to my score.
Yeah, I think. Okay, that's not too bad.
21,375.
If it was just a little bit better, and I would have gotten it.
Okay, so this one was this hack was done by Thomas Jentzsch.
Oh, Thomas.
Good job. We're not going to blame you on my terrible trackball.
No,
Literally, I've never used this trackball other than just barely making sure it was working the other day, so I could play the games. But obviously, there's a little bit of issues.
Steve's tips actually did help. It's amazing what reading does, right? I mean, if you want to get better at something, if you read about how to do it by the person who designed it, apparently they got something to say that's useful.
So the poll is closed, and there's the poll numbers. We're going to move on to the next game.
By 305.
Yeah, you're
that's right, Arena.
So close.
Yeah, but this is it's the thing about the game that I realize is how many teeth you have
ramps up quick.
Gives you tons of points. So at the beginning of the game, if you do better and you have more teeth, then you get way more points. And if you do it faster, so I think
I built up a lot of teeth.
Same.
But I did. Oh, did you build up a lot? Okay.
And so that's how we're able. Because if you can get a bunch of points before the game gets insane, he's right. It's like offensive to defensive.
Yeah, I don't. But the scoring must be exactly the same each level. Like, it doesn't matter when you shoot the guys, does it?
But you get bonus per teeth that you have, right?
Oh.
So that's how, if you have...
don't lose any.
That's right, if you have tons of teeth to start with and you get through the game, well, then you'll be able to, because then when it gets crazy, there's no way you're going to have a ton of teeth.
Right.
That's the idea.
Just like Missile Command. So if you have cities left in Missile Command, you get bonus for each one at the end of each level.
Real cartridge?
Yeah, these are all real cartridges.
Oh man!
These cost me a fortune.
Nice, imagine.
They're $25 US each, and I have 10 of them. So you figure that out.
Yeah, we can do the math real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Conversion to American dollars.
1.3, so it's $250 times 1.3. Yeah.
It's not so good. We're not doing so great with the Canadian dollar.
Oh, missed the Atari Age. There you go. Just caught it.
Centipede.
So this one is an arcade classic. There we go. Okay. Atari Trak-Ball encoding detected.
Should I jump in or should we wait?
Oh no, jump right in. It's a pretty self-explanatory game. Oh, it says 2018 again. Whoa. Oh, it's moving up and down. This is the one I tested the Trak-Ball on because it has very obvious up and down movement.
Okay.
Don't run into anything, shoot everything. As per usual on every game almost. And you can move up, so you get out of the way. Yeah, there you go. So Centipede, this was originally, actually the last game was originally released 2016.
Oh, okay.
So a couple of years ago by Thomas Jentzsch. And Centipede was originally released in 2015 by Thomas Jentzsch. And the arcade, Centipede is a vertically oriented fixed shooter arcade game produced by Atari in 1981. The game was designed by Ed Lobb and Donna Bailey. It is one of the most commercially successful games from the video arcade's golden age.
I've actually played. I've mentioned it before. My dad had like a computer game that was like a CD on like Windows 95 that had all of these arcade old games.
Classics,
yeah, it was that kind of idea, and the Centipede was on.
Oh, so you have played this before. That's one. If it gets to the bottom, it adds another one, right? And another one's gonna come. I ran into it.
Another one.
The player fights off centipedes, spiders, scorpions, and fleas, completing a round after eliminating the centipede that winds down the playing field. So let's take a look. Centipede Trak-Ball. ArenaFoot says Centipede Trak-Ball was my request in January 2015, and Thomas had it hacked by mid-2015, and I got to play it at the Atari Age booth, HAAG 2015 of November that year. That's pretty crazy. I remember going to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo in 2016, I think. And that's when they had a full or mostly full set of these Trak-Ball games. It's awesome! I want to buy these games. I can't wait till they come out. And it wasn't until 2 years later that they actually released them. I'm not sure what was the holdup on that. Does anybody know why it took 2 years, 2 or 3 years between the games being patched? Like, I saw these cartridges, and until 2018. Was it just a release schedule thing, or like they had too many games they're putting out at the time? Al being busy. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, you're rocking it now.
We'll see about that.
Is this your first game still?
No, it's my second game.
Oh, okay. Oh, you didn't record the first game.
The first game was just not good.
It was death, instant death?
Yeah, it was Aaron didn't know how to play.
Oh! Out of nowhere! It's like, die, just die.
Man, some of these games are stressful, like, I don't know.
Oh! Look at that.
Stakes feel high, you know.
Oh! Yeah, that's the killer.
It just blasts and you like...
Still alive. One more guy left.
Whoa.
Yeah,
so
those guys come down.
Centipede.
Because you kind of make a path for them at some point. One guy left to get. Now two. What? What happened there? Did you push up or something?
No, I must have. Oh, shit.
What was the score?
It was like 23 something.
Finger off of it.
I've been holding on fire as the issue.
Okay, my turn.
Okay.
So you can start there.
Okay, trades. Hopefully you can... Good. Okay, it's into the Enchanted Forest. Is this...
You can zoom in. Whatever the first text is.
The first one is the Enchanted Forest. Once upon a time.
Oh, I can't move up and down!
There we go.
No, I still can't. Oof, just in time. What is happening?
This is a new kind where you just have to, like,
just
shake the controller whenever you want.
That's right.
This is violently... It's like a dice roll.
You might be able to move up and down. You might not.
That's right. Okay. Once upon a time in a misty enchanted forest there lived a colony of good elves.
Oh, good.
These
not
elves,
the bad elves
had a major problem, though. Their prized mushroom garden was infested with
pests. There's a broken Trak-Ball. That's the major problem.
We know what they're doing with those mushrooms.
Oh, God.
A giant centipede, a poison-spreading scorpion, a mischief-making spider, and a pesky flea. The good elves tried everything they could to rid their garden of these bugs, but nothing worked. One day, an elf named Oliver was hacking away at a poisonous mushroom in the garden.
Hacking away at the game.
Just with his machete, just taking down...
What? Oh, I accidentally moved up.
I know. It's freaking stuff. Suddenly, he saw an unusual stick gleaming in the dirt. Just as Oliver picked up the stick, a spider jumped out from behind a mushroom and rushed at him. When Oliver waves his hand wildly to try to scare the spider away, sparks flew from his stick, and the spider disappeared.
Oh.
I got some dialogue from Oliver.
Oh, dialogue, too.
How did that happen? Oliver wondered out loud. Could this be... a magic wand? Soon Oliver had another chance to try the wand. When the scorpion scurried across a row of mushrooms, poisoning every mushroom in touch, Oliver pointed the wand at the scorpion and shouted, "Be gone!" Suddenly, instantly, the scorpion disappeared and the poisoned mushrooms were transformed back into normal mushrooms. This is great! This is the tool we need to clean our mushroom garden! Oliver shouted ecstatically, and no one, he's on his own.
At no one?
He's just hanging out on his own.
Self-dialogue.
With his newfound magic wand, Oliver hid behind a mushroom. "Okay, you great centipede," he said. "Come out whenever you are. I'm ready for you now."
So maybe elves are known for...
Dude, it depicts Oliver with his thing. He's got he's got like a cape. He looks very much like a hobbit from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
And he's holding a flaming wand. Just sort of, he's got a pretty big head too. Anyway, if you want to see what Oliver looks like, you can check it out in the
manual.
Enchanting Forest. I'm not gonna show it on thing. Okay, so now they get into the gameplay. So it's good to know that you're Oliver casting spells. And you're doing way better than I did. Okay. You start the game with 3 magic wands, as shown. Hold on, you got 3?
3 lives.
Ah, oh, I see. I see. Every time you score 10,000 points, you get a bonus wand. So yeah, you're gonna get a bonus wand soon, dude.
I don't know about
Any
soon.
wands won after that are not held in reserve when you lose your last magic wand. In the Centipede Spider, if the Centipede Spider or Flea bites you, your wand is snatched away and you become temporarily paralyzed. The game will stop momentarily, and all the mushrooms are counted for bonus points. Your points are added to your running score, and the rejuvenated Centipede attacks gained from the top. You must replay the previous wave until the Centipede is totally destroyed. Shows a typical Centipede battle. Just showing some stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Objective. Use your magic wand to score as many points as possible. Use strategy and quick thinking to avoid the paralyzing insect bites. The Enchanted Forest is a challenging but dangerous region. By learning about the dangers that lurk behind every mushroom, you can become a skilled and heroic wand wielder. That's what I want to be.
A wand wielder?
I want to be a skilled and heroic wand wielder against these foes. Okay, what else do we have? Inhabitants of the forest. Centipede, consisting of 9 body segments. The centipede attacks from the top of the screen and winds down toward you. Each time you hit a segment, it becomes a powerless mushroom, and the body segment behind the mushroom becomes the head of a new centipede.
Damn it.
When you shoot every segment of a centipede, the centipede disappears briefly, then reappears at the top in a new and fiercer formation. The centipede attacks in 8 distinct waves. In wave 1, the centipede is composed of a head attached to 8 body parts. Did you? Oh, dude!
43, 398.
That's like double the points. That's really
You
good.
weren't watching, but there's a way you can set up the board.
To not...
That it has a little path for the centipede to go down. And if you stay in the exact same spot, it just comes down towards you. Yeah, center tunnel. Yeah, that's what you want to set up. You missed it. Like that almost.
You mean just randomly shooting is not...
Well, no. You want to kind of stay in one
Look,
spot.
even the shaking thing is suggesting the technique.
Yes, exactly.
So we got all kinds of foes you can read about now. Let's try this out. Whoa. Okay, I'm probably not going to be able to do that because I'm not super skilled.
So some trivia about the Trak-Ball here. The Trak-Ball, there was exactly 0 games made for the Trak-Ball, for the Atari 2600.
Dude, I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is getting pretty crazy.
Yeah, just got to avoid them. Yeah, it needs to be cleaned, yeah.
First level.
But I have to take off the feet.
Did you see that? It came out of nowhere.
Stay away from the sides.
Okay.
That's a really good tactic.
This is the technique.
Because the spider will come out.
Okay. I feel like if you don't get, if you let these things get to the bottom,
it's terrible. You have a terrible time.
It becomes like the challenge factor is a lot.
Oh yeah. Because they hit the bottom, another one appears. Then there's 2, and they both hit the bottom. I got the flea. Oh, okay. It's a good game happening here.
Okay, we get another go at this. Okay, that's good because like I basically died. Okay, this is. I don't know about these center lines, these tactics.
Play how you play right now.
I'm gonna say. Oh my god. Okay, I'm really bad at this game.
Where's Dan Kramer, designer of the Atari Trak-Ball?
Who's Dan? Oh, I'm just
Dan Kramer. So this was really made for the Atari computer systems and not for the 2600 because there were 0 games put out for it on the 2600.
So, yeah, that's a bad.
But it also has a setting for joystick.
It's like, Dad, I got a thing for Christmas. What did you get? A Trak-Ball isn't more complicated.
But it does have a joystick setting, so it can emulate a Trak-Ball movements, but with a joystick setting. So you move left, it moves left, move right, it moves right. But it moves at a constant rate as opposed to Trak-Ball movements where you can go fast or slow. When they're at the bottom, you fire faster. You are under a closed mushroom. Is your CX80 brand new? The insides get mouse turds like a real computer mouse.
Oh no! What is
it's not. It collects dust and little grit, and it's little black pieces that you have to scrape off. It's quite hard for this 2600 to track the movement because you have to do it during the display kernel, and they're very low free cycles.
Tunnel situation.
Yeah, you got to be on it. You have to be like.
I mean, that's great.
It's good but bad. You have to be ready for it.
Oh God. Okay. We're not doing so hot.
Yeah. Does anybody out there know how to clean the Trak-Ball? Do you have to take it apart, take the feet off, and unscrew it? Or is there another way from the top, like mouse, like computer mice? You can
shift it. Should I do one more? Or should we move on?
I want to play one more.
Yeah, you can crush it, dude. Get in there.
So I'll show you kind of the way to set up. You kind of stay in one spot.
Oh.
And let them
come to you?
Yeah. Well, not completely. You
yeah,
have to
and
get stragglers.
And then at a certain point you... Oh, so...
You got to get stragglers, but then you get ready for the next wave, and then just watch. When they kind of set up a little bit, you have to build it. You have to start building.
If you build it, they will come.
Oh yeah. See? Now it's starting.
Oh, it makes sense. It's way less effort as well. Not to suggest that, like, what you're doing.
No, it's you finish level, like, boom, next level done. Next level almost done.
Holy cow.
Like, you can do levels in, like, no time at all. Come on. But you gotta be ready for it, right?
Ah.
And you still have to go watch out for the spider. Ugh. Get the stragglers. It still doesn't completely 100% work.
But...
Ah! Spider out of nowhere. Oh.
Whoa, you had like a crazy cat or something. Crazy.
Scorpion.
Ah, cool.
The ones that go across the screen are scorpions. The ones that go down the screen are fleas. Scorpions are worth a lot of points.
Got some stuff.
Extra life.
It's a cool game, though.
Oh yeah, especially with the Trak-Ball.
I'm quite bad at it, but I can see that also makes me want to keep fighting.
Good. Oh! It's the absolute perfect game for the Trak-Ball because it needs, when you're good at it, it needs that precision movement.
I suppose it says stop auto-firing and get under a mushroom and then fire when the pea gets close.
Oh. Oh, I see. So the mushroom directs it down and you'll be ready for it, like there. Whoa! Oh, it keeps moving up because you accidentally bump it up a bit. Oh, that was a terrible game, but that's okay. We will move on to the next one.
That's a cool game, though. It's a very good game.
Oh, yeah. That's a great game.
The peas have been scented.
Boom. So what is the next game in our stack of games? It is Colony 7, which I've never played. So
we got
5
games today. This is 3. Cool.
This is number 3.
The Chimney Effect.
Is that what it's actually called?
That's what Irina said.
The Chimney Effect. Colony 7. I'll put them in order so I don't have to keep trying to figure out which game is next. So I have never even heard of this and never played it because it is a hack of a homebrew, which is a port of an arcade game.
This is some Inception. We're getting into the unconscious soon.
That's right.
We've definitely gone past the train and the chase and the van.
We're up on the mountain with the with the snow and craziness. Colony 7 was done by CyberGoth. You are correct. This is I couldn't find what year this was put out.
Should I just go for it?
This was made by Manuel car.
What on earth?
AKA CyberGoth in 2005. So
whoa. Okay, so I gotta kill these guys. Bam.
Ported to the 2600 based on the Taito arcade game that was released in 1981. The arcade game was also an inspiration for the Atari 2600 game Atlantis by Imagic. So the game Atlantis looks almost exactly like this, like almost exactly.
Whoa, okay, this is...
But you play the bottom. Oh, the arcade did not use a Trak-Ball. Well, this is perfect for a Trak-Ball. Actually, a lot of games translate really well into Trak-Ball. Any game that you move freely, like where it's aiming, or you move up, down, left, right.
What happens now? Can I just die?
I have no idea. I haven't played this. We'll get to the instructions in a second. You can flounder over there for a bit. Usually it's shoot everything. It was also probably... the arcade game was also probably the first game with microtransactions.
What?
It says the main innovation of Colony 7 was its extended weaponry arsenal. They gave the player the choice to change between several different weapons, each one needing to be purchased separately as microtransactions through an arcade coin slot. So in the arcade, if you wanted a different gun, you had to put a quarter into that gun slot to pick a different gun.
Whoa.
So it's probably the first ever game with microtransactions. It was in the arcade in 1981. Thrust says you had no guns left, so maybe auto fire is not a good idea?
It's nothing but auto fire.
Oh, there is?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, it's a different thing when you press the button?
I might have just used them all up, though.
So,
I don't know, I guess I'm getting better at it. I don't know.
Getting better. Okay, so let's actually get to the instructions so we know what the hell's going on here. Obviously, you're defending a city that has a shield from alien invaders, but you look like an advanced city because you have a shield.
I think maybe I gotta get down to like a certain number or something. Like see that thing on the left? Okay, I've used that thing. Okay, so I actually beat it. Okay.
This is Colony 7. Jarvian hostiles sighted inbound. We are fighting against Jarvians. Non-combatant personnel are retreating to the shuttle bay. We are prepared to defend positions citywide. Shield is active. Gun emplacements are standing by. Special weapons primed. We will not retreat. We will survive.
See, now I'm fucked.
Well, they shot you.
Well, they shot my guns, so like...
It's over.
It's over. RIP. Ooh. 79.
75. Your mission is to defend Colony 7 from the evil Jarvians. Wave after wave of enemy fighters strafe the colony's defensive shield, attempting to break through. You are in command of Colony's defensive guns, unleashing a converging stream of laser fire at attacking hordes. You must wipe out the invading craft before...
so I have like a bomb I just used. I don't think I should have used it then.
Oh, you have 2 shots at the beginning, right? One on the left, one on the right. Do you have to hold down the button for the bomb?
No, yeah, I just have to click it. But I don't know. I used them all up. Like, see, bam, everything's dead.
Okay.
But I think you have a limited number of those. We'll find out.
And this is a perfect game for the Trak-Ball.
Oh, this is crazy. This is insane. And I'm not great at it, but I'm doing better than I was before.
Yes, you're definitely doing better. First game ended really quick.
Yeah.
Use your joystick to steer the targeting crosshairs around the screen. The defensive cannons will automatically fire salvo after salvo towards the current crosshair position.
See, some of them are hard to get.
Your goal is to completely annihilate each attacking squadron.
Annihilate.
Since even a single attacker breaking through can destroy your colony.
See, he just bombed my friggin'...
Oh no, did he get something? No, but he's got it. There's a hole in there now. Your goal...
See, I just bombed everything.
If the situation seems desperate, hit the fire button to activate Mega Blaster.
Yes.
Your special weapon that in one blast will empty the sky. Use it sparingly. Yes, I did unplug the Atari Vox I posted. I read that Star Wars doesn't even work with the Atari Vox plugged in. I'll just double check. Yeah, nothing's plugged into port 2. I did have that problem when I first played the games. I was like, I couldn't even move. This is so frustrating with a stick because you're always missing them. How I suppose it is. MO, the original, is more fighting with the 2 slow controls of the enemy, just like in the arcade.
The thing that's tough is that, like, if they just decide to bomb your weapons, you're just done. So, like, for example, this dude just rolled in, done, right? Like, we just, like, rip.
Hey, dead. Which they should be concentrating on instead of bombing the shield.
I just killed just 2 shots.
Oh,
see, like, what
was
do you
close.
do?
That was close.
See, and I can bomb the whole room, but I don't get any points, really.
Well, in one blast will empty the sky. Use it sparingly. Each shot drains an entire fuel cell. Is that the top stuff, I guess? Of which the colony only has 3.
Yes.
Oh, 3
See,
shots.
rip, like, he's destroyed my weapon. Like, just kill the weapons. Just don't even...
Yeah.
So I guess if the bomb... I guess that's the idea. If he comes out and he's, like, aiming towards my thing, that's when I use the super...
Oh, only that guy can do it? With the big...
No, anybody can do it, but, like,
I swear I saw some guy shooting a tiny...
Oh, no, anybody can do it, but it's like if you see it coming, I think that's when you use your super blast. Like,
yeah, that's the best time to use it, I think.
Nice.
It's a desperate time at that point. I haven't seen them actually hit any of your buildings.
Oh, I saw one last round.
Does it just destroy the one building? Or does it, like, kill you? It's over. Your civilization is dead.
Oh,
we'll see. Oh, it's a new kind of game.
Oh, God.
Doing a lot better. If you succeed in destroying a squadron, it'll soon be replaced by a new, more dangerous one.
Oh, I was doing so well, too.
Is that how many you have to kill? Is that little bar at the top?
Yeah, to be able to, like, get through the levels and stuff. So I'm at, like, I didn't do that much better, like, I honestly didn't.
4 different types of enemies will destroy your colony. Well, we can change up if you want that.
Okay.
You do one more?
One more, just because I feel like I just finally figured out how to play this game. See, like that, right? He comes towards me, so if I see him, then
you gotta do it.
I'm trying to, like, take
kill that bummer at the top at all costs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that guy you gotta kill.
And if I see the bomb coming towards my, like...
Oh, you're doing a lot better at aiming and defending.
It's random, though. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm doing really well, and then it's like... And then I'm just, like, straggling for a while.
That one would have missed.
Yeah, I just got scared.
4 different types of enemies will attempt to destroy your colony. The fighter is the most common element. Several of them will attack simultaneously, first blasting away at the colony's defensive shield, ultimately destroying the colony itself. They will also destroy your cannons if you're not careful. When the advisor appears, it will guide the fighters faster to their target, so destroy it quickly. Oh, so when any of those other guys come in, shoot that one first. Forget about these little guys when that other guy comes in, because the other guy kind of commands them to get serious about their shooting. The bomber will launch a guided payload directly at one of your cannons, so you must be alert for its presence, and if it succeeds in launching its bomb, destroy it before it reaches the target. And when the scout enters your field of view, it'll call in replacement ships. Be sure to give it utmost priority, so always go after the big guy, always. Yeah. Those guys are kind of random and terrible shots, so... There you go. Can you save Colony 7 from destruction?
What do? You're done. Rip.
And then you just watch them kill.
It's rough. Okay,
well, you get both guns back each time, eh? Okay. Yeah. Colony 7 was created by Manuel Rotschkar, whose previous Atari 2600 homebrew games include Gunfight, Seawolf, Starfire, Crazy Balloon. Crazy Balloon is awesome. Colony 7 is modeled after the 1981 arcade game of the same name. If you've ever played the arcade game, you'll appreciate how Manuel Rotschkar has recreated the frenetic energy of the original Atari 2600.
Oh,
so yeah, this is...
Did you see that?
Got blasted. So this one was also hacked by Thomas Jentzsch as well. And Cybergoss said on 2005, "Hi there, here comes the second public demo of my next game, Colony 7. Well, it's not really still playable, but very close now. You can shoot things." And all these titles support the Atari CX22 and CX80 trackballs, and this is a CX80, I believe. The Atari ST mouse and the Amiga mouse as well. So you can play these games with a mouse if you have a mouse. I should get that. Thrust26 says you have to be faster.
No shit. You run that 100-meter dash faster.
Yeah, do it faster. Get under 10 seconds. Come on. Changes from the original game. Double the enemy speed, so the enemies are actually slower before. Improved the scoring, and 16 instead of 9 difficulty levels. Let's read more about the track.
I'm curious how you're gonna do in this, because this
looks really tough.
It's one that's like, especially with the trackball, like this is why I wanted to play it a couple times, because you're gonna want to try. Like the first game's almost a throwaway. I mean, you can see me doing it.
So you're getting used to the movement and how it works in conjunction with the game. When the bummer comes, immediately move up and kill it before it reaches the center.
Oh, definitely, man.
Squad 8. Wow. So the original only had 9 levels. So you're almost to the top original level difficulty.
Yeah,
this one has
right.
16.
The bomber is just, you gotta kill that bomber.
Immediately.
There's no choice.
They're all bad. Except for these guys. These are kind of randomy dudes.
Oh my god, this is like a nightmare.
And they move so...
This has become my nightmare, James.
Move so quickly, eh?
This is hard. Oh man, I think on a mouse this might be like slightly easier.
Because you're like boom, boom,
although
boom, boom, boom.
I don't know.
I think it would be.
It's definitely more fun on the trackpad.
Does anybody know how much the mice are?
Oh, see?
You just watch as your city gets destroyed.
Like
17,625.
I play with the mouse. Yeah, I bet you the mouse is a bit easier. It's a cool game though, man. Trust.
Oh, shit.
That's okay.
Oh, I gotta get that guy. Oh my god.
There's a little bit of a luck factor in that regard.
Yeah, this is my practice game.
Remember, bomb clears the screen.
Yeah. So you can shoot their bullets too. Very hard. But...
Oh yeah. Oh, I suppose this here, he says, I never use a mouse, even computers, I use a trackpad.
Oh, really?
Mice are cheaper, or they were.
Darcy uses trackballs too, on his computer.
Wow, really?
He never uses a mouse.
Like on the...
It's a little rollerball. It's exactly like this. It's a rollerball.
I guess, I mean, I'm used to like my computer's trackpad for sure.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people use trackpads now because of tablets and but you use a mouse on your computer.
Oh, I use a mouse all the time. I'm a big mouse user. All the games I play are typically mouse, or like, I have a Xbox 360 controller that I use occasionally.
God, I should have used it there.
For some games on Steam,
oh, yeah?
like just because some games are more fun, like a third person kind of, like The Witcher is a good example of a game that's a lot more fun on an Xbox controller because they're like third person kind of rolling games.
Okay.
Something like Dark Souls would be another example of a game that I think is more fun on controller.
This is exhausting.
Yeah.
This controller movement.
It made me want to kick some butt and work harder. But this is not an easy game. This is a cool game, but this is probably one of the harder ones.
Have you ever done coloring with trackballs?
No, I haven't.
I've seen those systems where there's 3 balls and...
Oh, I did do something on one, because in my hometown, there's a place that has one for really cheap.
Yeah.
And they're really fast. Like, it's so much faster.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, yeah. I know, like, if you were to, like, do it with exclusively trackballs, you would increase your speed significantly. Like, if I had to color correct, like features every day...
Oh, like it was your job 5 days a week.
Yeah. I think sometimes I'm pretty good on the friggin' mouse just because I still have to do a lot of intellectual stuff, you know, versus I think a lot of those people who are just like crazy colorists for years, they tend to like be able to just do it quicker. But even then, it's suspicious, right? It always takes time.
iSupposed says they want €30 for a mouse. That's not too bad. For shipping as a whole.
Like an old school mouse, like the one with like the ball in it. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, an Atari Amiga mouse or an
Amiga
Atari
mouse. Cool.
So I can see this one being really good with a mouse.
Oh, yeah.
This is exhausting.
This is hard.
There's a lot of movement.
Oh yeah, with a mouse you would just be like moving a cursor on the computer, right?
Yes.
It would be something that we're really used to.
Because with Centipede, you're kind of mostly going left and right. This, oh my god, my wrist is dying.
Yeah, you saw I was using just 2 fingers. That was the method that I figured out. Cause, yeah, that's the thing. Those bombs, you need to save them for that.
You do.
There's no question.
I mean, you could shoot the shot, but oh my god.
It's almost impossible. It's
so
hard enough to shoot the friggin' guys. If you could shoot the shot, I think you would be much farther in this game.
Yeah, you would. I shouldn't have just done that right away. But okay. You get a 3 every round, right?
No, I think it's
3 total.
I think you get 3 total. 3 total per like.
Yeah, you do. Per game.
Yep.
Oh god. Wow.
Well, 3 total per try, so you get 3 tries, and every try you get 3 bombs.
Well, you kicked my ass. This was my first game.
Well, yeah, if we played this.
But I don't think I could do it.
I think we should move on because we got another 2 games to go.
Yeah. That's really good game. I think it would be much better on the mouse. 13175. Oh, good music.
Yeah, this is we're getting the flicker too on our end. In case you're curious.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but it's epileptic. This is like you're in a club.
Music See, they're working with the off-key notes.
Yeah, and I can't unhear it now. It's got this real funny vibe to it. It's so funny that like programmers, right, how they think it's more like let's create sounds in this spectrum of you know, because they think of them in terms of pitch, not in terms of notation. Yeah,
like they weren't even thinking. They probably weren't even thinking that anybody would make music.
Yeah, they
using the Atari.
They were like, okay, we'll just make blip sounds just so that
and different tones, and they can just do that. And
cut to 2018.
Yeah.
2019. Oh,
2019.
Man.
They never thought it would be still being played
2019.
in 2019.
Okay. Mission control.
Nope. Missile control.
Oh, they all have a similar opening screen, right? They're all kind of like this.
Well,
like...
this is an auto sense.
Yeah.
So it knows if you're using the mouse or the trackball or a joystick.
But they kind of have the same like thing of like this press fire. Are they all?
These are all made by the same guy.
Oh, there you go.
These are all Thomas Jentzsch's games.
That's the thing. Whoa.
Now you messed it. No, it's probably just not programmed perfectly. Oh, we may not be able to play this. Oh, no, we're back. Good.
Hold on, I'll just watch it on. Whoa!
Oh, it killed the look of my screen. It's all contrasty now. Oh, well. Looks fine to them. Whoa, those are some big sprites. That's awesome. So this is, I've never played this game as well. So this is not an arcade game. This is a port, or a hack of a 2600 game released by Video Gems in 1983. It does sound like it's Missile Command, but it's not. Or do they work with the joystick, or do they not? Yeah, it is a very nice... Oh, welcome, Splendid Nut. It is a very nice Atari Age logo screen. It's different than the other ones. So, let's read about missile control. This one was done by Thomas Jentzsch, hacked by Thomas Jentzsch as well. Missile control, made by Video Gems of Hong Kong. I don't know if printed in Hong Kong. Their address is in Hong Kong, so this was made in Hong Kong. Game scenario. You're in command at missile control. Your job, protect your cities at all costs. So very much like missile command as well. Waves of merciless alien spaceships are attacking. Blast their incoming bombs out of the sky. Not enough. This is a bit of English. Now get rid of these relentless marauding invaders. Blast their spaceships too. Not easy once they throw up their protected force fields. Finally, there is only one way. Use your defensive shields and try a bank shot off their moving platforms. They have moving platforms? Bank shot. So is that their shield at the top?
Yes.
That you want to get rid of? Oh, okay. The action gets faster and faster. You test every shooting skill you know.
I love it so much.
Plus, invent a few new ones, or protect your cities, you will.
I want to invent some new ones. Give me some new shooting skills. Give
Oh,
it to
they
me.
don't work with a joystick.
Oh,
that's
I
why...
just lost one of my cities.
Oh, God. Oh, that was close. You just strafed that one, just at the last second.
Oh, I can't shoot as much now.
Can't shoot as quickly?
Yeah, I had a lot more shots before.
That's a really good tactic. You just go right to the bottom and shoot straight across. Yeah, here we go. Setting up. Always insert cartridge with console power off. La la la.
Whoa, okay.
Game select switch. Missile control is a 6-part game. By depressing the game, you suck game. Select switch.
Whoa,
You can choose
so I can't
which...
even, like, I can't penetrate the shield.
Oh my god. They said you have to bounce it off something? Or... Oh! See that?
Holy fuck.
You have to bounce it off the missiles.
Jeez.
Okay. So you only get a very small time to bounce it off that... Oh my god. How are you going to do that?
I can do it.
Oh, there you go.
It's just gonna take...
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh,
You're like
God.
destroying your cities.
It's so hard.
There you go.
I got one.
I love
Okay,
that
one
bounce.
more.
Stop
Bam.
shooting.
Ah!
Oh, I suppose it says stop shooting your shield and bank shots off the missiles.
Thanks, dude.
Yep, you got it.
But see, like, I had to defend my city. Oh, and see, it's
one
so
left.
slow. I don't have, like, that many, like, shots. Oh.
Shots are slow?
See.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Come on, buddy. I got this. I got this. No, I don't. I don't have it. Okay, hold on. Bam! No! Bad angles.
Ooh,
Okay.
scan
Come
is
on, just
terrible.
like pool. Come on, just like a game of pool.
There
Bam!
you
I got
go.
one. That's right, bank shots, guys.
Enemy spacecraft, cursor targeting, intercept incoming missiles, laser missile with a Z, alien spacecraft, force fields,
I got it.
alien missiles,
And-
defense shields. Defense
Oh, so
shields?
close.
Show something about defense shields. Did you
Yes.
have shields before at some point?
Oh my god. No!
No idea what we're talking about defense shields. Oh, what?
See, it's-
You got that! You got that one too! There. What the hell? Score difficulty level.
Dead.
To
Rip.
start the game.
Oh!
Oh, did you start over?
Yes. I don't...
No, you didn't. Or did you?
I think I did.
Yeah, because there's no shield, and now it's super easy.
So I was at like 8,000. This sucks.
How is Arena Foot supposed to track your score if you start over?
I didn't mean to. It was too fast.
Oh, and those come down really slow.
Yeah.
Oh, much easier. To aim your space gun, position the movable cursor with your joystick and press the fire button. Your projectile will always follow a path from the top of your space gun platform through the cursor and then continue on a straight line. The exception is when you're attempting a missile bank or deflection shot. Oh, he got it. 8880.
Thanks, dude.
How are you supposed to end Arena Foot got that one? So you didn't press it too quick.
It wasn't great, though. Come on. Jeez.
Is that the highest you can move your aimer?
Yeah.
Okay. Rising from the left and right-hand portion of the screen are friendly defense shields. Those are defense shields?
So friendly.
They're like missiles. That's weird. Which can be used to deflect your projectile and destroy alien spacecraft. In game 4, 5, and 6, your projectile cannot penetrate the force fields, so you must use your defense shield missiles to deflect your projectile to destroy enemy invaders. So you made it to level 4, apparently, is when you had to pick the shots. During the play, the invading spacecraft will attempt to destroy your cities by dropping bombs, alien missiles. Your job is to intercept and destroy these bombs with your projectiles. You can fire your projectiles continuously by holding down the fire button. Is that a tactic or is that not a good idea? It's too slow.
It's too slow and you have to aim.
Right.
Like it's such a... Because this projectiles are so slow.
So it's a bad
idea. I think it's a terrible idea.
In games 2 and 3, you can destroy the enemy by blasting a hole in their force
I gotta
field.
just think about Gretzky. Go where the puck's gonna be, not where it's been.
Right. That's right.
So we gotta embrace the...
Like a boxer.
The Canadian...
Punch through your target.
That's right.
Reference a Canadian? Yeah.
He's the national treasure.
He is.
You want to sell some cereal? Get him on the cover.
Put him on the Pro Stars box of cereal. Actually, I ate that cereal. That was Wayne Gretzky's cereal.
It was?
Pro Stars. Yeah, they're little stars. And just sugary, crunchy cereal.
He's from my hometown.
Is he?
Well, not from. He just his major run was as an Edmonton Oilers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I shouldn't say from. I don't know if he was actually.
I don't know where he's from. When the game starts, you're given 800 points. That's funny. That's really funny. You start off with 800 points. Not at 0, 800. Now do you have to deflect completely? Nope, still punch through. For every city the enemy destroys, you lose 200 points.
Yeah, it's rough, man, because I was doing really well, and then it's like...
So if you shoot nothing, do you wind up in the hole in points? Minus 400 points? Or is it 800, 4, 2, 8, minus 400 points? You would, if you... At first this looks like a mag game, but it gets really fun, I think. What do you think? It's hard. It looks really hard.
Who said that?
You're supposed to.
Yeah, I would agree with that. At first you think it's like...
It's a lot going on, which
I think this would be a hard...
impressive.
The amount of calculations you have to make, like you really do... I'm really happy I played, some pool and
yeah.
I wouldn't describe myself as, a good player, but I would say that,
competent?
Yeah, I've thought about... had to think about angles before, right? And trajectories and stuff. So, I think, for a young kid... This would be a difficult game for sure. This would not be it.
There's a trapped cat. You trapped yourself? Come through. Hi, Pixel. Say hi to the audience. Come here, say hi. This is Pixel, our other cat, named because he has a little black dot, little pixel on his stomach. It's a dead pixel, but he's not dead. Just the dot on his stomach.
He's a really nice cat.
Yeah.
Atari's a nice cat, but Pixel's really nice.
Not in the way you'd think.
I might have already said it, but I cat sat for a while for James, and Atari is just always nice.
Always.
But Pixel just grows on you, man, because he starts following you around everywhere, and he's just totally he's wife material, man.
That's right. And Atari is girlfriend material.
It's true.
Or having fun material.
Atari will just always be there for everybody, but Pixel, man,
you gotta earn it.
Yeah, and when you earn it, it doesn't go away.
That's right. Oh, Paler says hi, Pixel. Paler said hi to you. Oh, they're cleaning each other. Yeah, Pixel locked himself in the bedroom, apparently.
Buddy, I didn't see him today, so
cats sometimes lean on the doors, and then the doors click shut, and then they can't get out. And then they start scratching.
Dude, that was very satisfying. I shot.
Got a good kill.
I just
Oh.
I just shot one.
Yeah.
And then defended myself instantly.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, whoa, that was close. Nice, you got it. They keep coming back. How many do you have to kill?
No, I think you just have to clear them all. Just take some energy.
Oh, you missed. Let's see if... Hi.
Doing well.
For every... at the end of every wave of alien space...
Buddy, don't lick my hand. I'm killing some stuff.
Saying hi. Oh, he's looking at you. So there's 16 in the higher levels that you have to kill.
Holy cow.
Oh, wait.
Yes!
Woo! You made it. Another... Oh, now they're coming down fast. That's a good tactic. Slam it to the bottom and then go right across, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Oh! Because they're just bombing piles of nothing after a while. Mr. Fix says, Pixel, you cute cat. Yes. Did I get lucky to catch the live show? Yes, you did, Wink Dot. This is live. Live with cats. Tari, come up here. Let's have both. Come here.
It's a full cat stream.
Tari.
Defending the missiles. Dude, he's looking like so insulted.
You got three cities left. That's really good.
Oh.
Doing way better on this one.
Oh god, it's
hard doing. You don't have time to deflect the shots. Is that the issue?
The issue is you have to calculate it. Like and if you make any mistakes, you're done. You gotta be Gretzky about this, man. There's no question.
It's a very unique game where you have to. You're not shooting the enemies directly. I can't think of another game where you like bank your shots off of something, except in pool games. Yes, we're doing all Trak-Ball games today, Wink Dot. We're doing the first. This is part 1 of 2 Trak-Ball days. This is the second day will be on Friday.
It's intense.
Yes,
it's so intense.
Because you're just distracted the whole time by trying to defend yourself against those dropping bombs. Yeah, all Trak-Ball hacks, mostly done by Thomas Jentzsch. But the last one, Star Wars, the next one, was hacked by somebody else. Oh! Can't be up there. They'll lock you out.
Okay.
Say hi. Oh god. Hi. Oh, he's so happy right now. We rescued him from his jail. Got 1 city left. Did you get bonus cities? Yeah, you do, right?
Oh god, I keep missing.
Oh no! Oh,
12.
Reset it again.
I didn't mean to.
Okay, my turn. Let's try this out.
This one's almost unplayable with a joystick.
I bet, because this is precision.
There's a Flash game series called Ricochet.
Ricochet? Yeah.
Which requires...
Ricochet?
What is wrong with my brain? I've just been deflecting stuff. I call it Ricochet, which requires you to bounce shots off objects.
I love how fast it goes across when it ricochets.
Yeah, it's cool, man. So many cats.
There's cats everywhere. Now I do it. Not better.
Yeah, there's a couple super satisfying ways.
Oh, I was learning enough for a city. Terrible. Where do you get bonus for each city? Oh my god! Come on.
Oh, you just lose points. That's the thing.
Oh, right. That's right. And when you run out of lose 200 points. Not many games where you lose points in, either. That's another thing with this game. Most games you just lose lives or whatever. Do they only aim for cities that are available?
Pretty much, yeah. That's what I've noticed.
They don't bomb the cities that have already been bombed. Retron 77? Yeah. No. We're not running a Retron 77. That is a terrible system. It's made better.
You got your city back.
Yeah. Oh, did I? Oh,
yeah,
you do gain them back.
Points.
The Retron 77 has screen tearing issues. So, yeah, we're not using that. This is an RGB modded light sixer with a Trak-Ball. Running through a Framemeister. So it looks nice and clean and crisp as you can get. A 2600
Thrust says the difficult switches make a difference.
Yeah, we're on easy. I think. Ah! Oops. We're on the easy levels. Don't really have enough time to get into all the different gameplays. See, this one is a lot easier on my wrists. I don't know, for some reason that other game was just so intense.
This one's more tactical, right?
Oh yeah, this one is a lot more like precision based. Can I still get through? Nope. It's reflection time.
The thing is if you predict it, so if we take basically like shoot a shot that you think is right, and then defend yourself. So you sort of shoot one, and then you kind of like.
Oh, I got it.
And you once you shoot it, you don't even really think about it anymore.
You just let it go.
Yeah, just like shoot the shot, sort of try to calculate it the best you can, and then defend your city. So it's kind of like that was my best method, where you just sort of get two going. The other thing is if you defend yourself enough, they'll stop firing, but it takes a while. Like I noticed. I don't think it'll happen on the later levels.
Bloody hard.
Oh, you got one. You gotta just shoot it, calculate it, move on.
One.
You got a couple already.
We haven't had any problems. Stop it! I defend myself against cats.
That's right. We call this the cat difficulty.
The cat difficulty level.
It's like you think it's hard, then you add a cat, and it's like extra. It's part of the Zero homepage, ZeroPage Homebrew experience.
Stop it!
And he's like, and for me to do it, I'd have to jump over the thing, and it would be even worse.
Oh, I got one! For some reason, the reflections are being really hard for me. And I'm being distracted.
Now he's on like the switcher.
Oh
Buddy,
my god, is he on it?
You couldn't make it worse.
He's on the side.
Okay, he's good. This is we thought having a cat scream was a good thing. Little did we know.
They get bored and start like walking on everything and investigating everything.
I think they know that like James's technology is what matters most to him.
Yes,
so they're like if they want attention, they're like, let's just fuck with whatever James's stuff is.
Let's just chew everything and
let's just knock over these cartridges that cost all this money.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's just climb on his keyboard.
They stop firing at you after a while.
They do, and then you just have to sort of calculate the angle.
Oh, go back. Back at it.
Psst, it's less rare. Psst, psst.
Ah! It's so hard! It's my last one I have to get. Oh, he just barely saved my city. Oh, I got him! Somehow. What are you doing? Pixel! No! I lost my second to last city again. Yeah. Oh, don't go up there. Very distracted.
This is getting so intense because of James's cat. It has very little to do with the game. Pixel's just climbing on shit. He's just found like the highest peak.
What was the game where it was the first game we're having trouble with, and the Trak-Ball's been perfect ever since.
Oh yeah,
I got a city back and I lost it again. So it might be partly the game.
Yeah, the last one was
dropping
the
out.
Plaque one, right?
The Plaque one was the only
Honestly,
game.
the controls of that one, too, were like the least responsive. The other ones have been very, very specific. That one I kind of felt like I was sort of generally moving in direction. Although it could possibly be my skill, right? Because that's the other thing, too, is we've been playing Trak-Balls for a couple hours now.
Maybe the Trak-Ball's gotten worked in now?
Yeah, and we're, like, used to using it, too, so, like, we're more responsive. It's probably all of the above.
They only fire at the bottom row.
Yeah! Good work. So
now
this is where I couldn't. Yeah.
Oh, they're going so fast.
Yeah.
There's no time to... Oh, there's no time.
This is why you have to Gretzky it, right? You gotta shoot, not think about it, defend, shoot.
I got another city. Oh, that was a good shot. Accidental. Oh! I get a city and I lose it immediately. Oh, they give me a break. Yeah!
Man, good work.
Getting a little better.
It's all about calculations. This one. Yay, James, you're getting so close, dude.
Why can I like it? Just want to get that. 10,000! Now I die.
14,000. Hey, you're crushing it, dude. That's higher than me now.
14? Wow.
Yeah. Well, I think I did better. I think I had more cities alive by the time I ended, but I
lost a bunch
but I
early.
didn't make it as far. And I think part of the factors too is that I defended a lot longer. Like I was much better at my defense.
Damn it, you were.
But you've been pushing forward better. Like you're.
Yeah,
so,
moving forward in the levels.
So in big picture terms, you're definitely doing better because getting farther is objectively better.
Yeah. Now it's almost you have the brakes, and that's when you hit the people at the top. And then when they start shooting again, that's your only... No! Cat!
That might be the tech. Okay, Cat has left the room.
Yay! Because you have no time other than... Now... It's very responsive to the Trak-Ball.
Yeah, it's
you
a good
can move really quickly back down to defend yourself.
I think honestly, one of the factors is because it's a slower moving game.
Oh!
Good work though, dude. Because it's a slower moving game, I think one of the other factors is that you're... Because the Trak-Ball is not that responsive, it's just that you don't have to be perfectly precise. Because you have to line it to the point and shoot, so it's more tactical. Versus the other one is more like high-paced, so you have to constantly be moving at a very precise speed.
Yeah, that was crazy. You have to be constantly moving. This is like
aim, shoot,
fire. Aim, fire.
It's more about calculations and less about... So was it the last game now?
Now we're moving on to the last game. That was actually, I enjoyed it more as I understood the tactics.
What was I supposed to think? What did he say? He said, let's roll up. I think he summarized it perfectly.
This is an unknown rarity European PAL-only game. I mentioned to Thomas to add Trak-Ball to this. He didn't know the game. Then I said, you made the NTSC version of the PAL game. Yeah, Thomas Jens also converted a lot of European games over to NTSC. This is not a mod of Missile Command, even though it looks very similar to Missile Command with the 6 cities. It is Missile Control.
How did I supposed to put it? He said, at first this looks like a mad game, but it gets fun. I think that's a great, perfect review of the game. Because
at first it is kind of like, but then you get really tactical, and there's this balance between defending.
It's a great ramp up too. It's a really it's like we always talk about that with games, but I think this is a good example of one that you learn the game at a really nice pace. So I felt like I was learning it. Had really good first time playing it because it's got nicely paced beginning levels.
Great ramp up. And now for the star of the show. Now this game in the arcade is a beautiful masterpiece.
Really? I've never played this before.
You have to play this in the arcade.
I've never heard of this title. What is this? What is the...
It's Star... Yeah, have you heard of this film?
What film? What is this Star
by an unknown
Wars?
indie filmmaker called...
Are there stars that are
George
fighting?
Lucas.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, there's big stars.
Weird. Yeah, you know, who, George?
Yeah, independent filmmaker, which is not a lie.
Watched samurai movies.
The CX-22 Droid Edition.
Oh, dude.
Very nice.
Whoa, okay, cool. This looks awesome.
So there are 3 stages
okay.
to this game, just like in the arcade. One is outside.
It's the adaptation of Battle of the Network Stars.
That's right.
That's right, man.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Because we all know Battle of the Network Stars.
Yeah, from the 80s. Yeah.
So good.
So this was hacked by Jeff Johnson, aka Omegamatrix, based on the 1983 arcade game. Wow. Star Wars is an arcade game designed by Mike Halley and produced by Atari. The game is a first-person space combat game using 3D color vector graphics.
Wow.
So like the Vectrex, but it was color. It was beautiful. To simulate the attack on the Death Star from the 1977 film Star Wars. It was developed during the golden age of arcade games and has appeared in the list of the greatest video game of all times. The game features several digitized sample voices from the movie, including Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi, James Earl Jones as Darth Vader, Harrison Ford as Han Solo, and the mechanized beeps of R2-D2 and the growls of Chewbacca.
Dude!
It is an amazing thing. And it's a cockpit you sit in.
Seriously?
With a yoke. And and it's so good.
Here's my money.
Does it move? I can't remember if it moves or not.
And this would be a time when that was not something that you saw, right? Like this was
No, this was an experience when you played this game. And this, I feel, is a really, really good adaptation for the 2600,
cool.
Which is amazing to
it didn't move.
Adapt it. It didn't move. Okay, that's what I thought. It didn't move. Some games did back then. Let's turn up the music a little bit. So now you're fighting in space.
Dude,
it's the Empire.
It's almost as if they built it. Like they basically play this video game.
Yeah, no, this is an amazing example of a great adaptation of a movie to a game.
Look at these stars, man. This is crazy. And they actually do, like the physics of them feel right. They're sort of swirling. Whoa.
Okay, now you gotta shoot the towers, shoot the tops of those while steering out of the way.
Holy
and shoot those. Those are both coming at you. Anyone wants a DVD of the 1977 film theater, contact me. All following releases got crap added by George Lucas. Or find and download a Star Wars Despecialized.
Yeah, I've watched the Despecialized in the theaters. We had a private theater in at SFU, which is the university I went to. And we watched it. It was amazing watching that piece live.
And there's also a guy that is working on redoing all of the Star Wars films and color correcting all of them, fixing all the mistakes in them, like actual, like canonical mistakes. Like he actors and redid sets.
Wow.
And did visual effects. Redid all the visual effects as well. So you gotta shoot. Oh, you got it. Like it just appeared on the screen, and you happen to be exactly on that port where you shoot down it. Good shot. It's the guy's game called Padawan. Oh, I don't have the Laserdisc version, but I did download that despecialized version as well.
Very good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the original one that got released into the theaters has these big blocks that are surrounding all the spaceships that go chunk, 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 chunk. It's really weird. Yeah, my dad took me to all the Star Wars ones.
Oh yeah.
When I was a kid.
I mean, like I had like a VHS version of them.
Yeah.
And like they were the canon scanned like for my free things, right?
Yeah.
So like when I actually saw like the despecialized version was the first time I saw it in like the full screen, and I
move up and down.
And I definitely noticed it in Empire more than anything else because I was like, whoa, these are like these, especially the Tatooine stuff. I was like, this looks infinitely better. It's hard. It's not easy. I really noticed like the difference between like, oh yeah, this looks like a movie versus like before it was like this looks crazy. This is like we're seeing
TV
half
shows.
of
because it was 2.35 to 1, right?
That's right.
So squishing that into a full screen 4:3, you're missing like so much.
Oh yeah,
you're seeing
like,
a third of it.
It was, and then nothing looked like even like the red sun shot, like everything I had watched, like just like a part of the game.
11,890. Yeah, the only Laserdisc I have is Drunken Master 2.
Really?
Jackie Chan's. Because that's the only good version of it. All the rest have problems.
Yeah.
Terrible problems. And it's the same... They show the Blu-ray has a pink tint. The coloring on those...
Well, they went crazy, and it was at a time when like their color correcting technology was not really where it was meant to be. I mean,
it's all film, right? And they had visual effects that they had to match in as well.
Oh yeah, it's a nightmare of a movie in a way to like actually have to remaster, and it's not a simple thing to see because scanning film and finding a negative and all this stuff is not so easy.
And did you ever watch? There was some documentary about how editing saved Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
And I was like, whoa, God, that movie was terrible before it was edited properly.
Well, his wife, Marsha Lucas, was a huge. She was like an editor on like Taxi Driver, I believe, and like she worked on like all these films, and like she was a huge part in the process. But I think it was it was such a group effort. I think people say those movies are George Lucas's, and of course they are, but they're everybody who was working on that show. Like the production design, I remember I read an article about the production designer where they were so behind. He had to design all these sets. And he said that it's like no one had ever built sets like that before, and to that scale and that number. Because imagine like being given the job on your desk. Okay, so just design a star base in 1977, a real set.
I missed it.
Like I don't know.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's quite an undertaking to create this universe.
And all this work went into all these people, and like they gambled. Like he was so beyond budget, it wasn't even funny. Like I believe that the budget for the show was like 50 million, and he was like 150 in, and he shot like 2/3 of it. And so if that movie hadn't been the success that it was, he would have zero career.
Did he finance? He didn't finance that himself.
Now all the following ones he did, but the first one he got, and he was shooting parts of it in England, and because that's why I had all these English actors.
Right.
And it was like, and also I think they wanted the film to be done in like 4 months, and it took them like a year and a bit. So like it was just insanity, like the amount of, because there was no productions, and it kind of coincided with blockbusters becoming a thing. Because there really wasn't this idea of like Jaws was huge.
Yeah.
Jaws and Star Wars really changed the way movies were made because they weren't really seen as like, oh, if you invest hundreds of millions of dollars in something, you get it back.
It was a huge risk.
Yeah.
That never had such a payoff before.
But that was just the most insane payoff ever. Like I don't think there's ever been that kind of stuff. I mean, something like Avatar or Titanic would be a good example. Like contemporary, because like, because if they actually add in the inflation, the amount of shows that were being seen, the amount of money that it cost for a ticket, like there were so many things that like, so you can't compare those movies. Like the amount of people who saw, also the cultural impact is obviously.
It's huge.
You know,
things totally changed after that. Especially for
he's right. Close Encounters of the Third Kind is another great example of a blockbuster too.
Yes.
That started that whole wave. But Close Encounters is like he's hanging out in like a house. He's like an orb. Like
it's
it's not the same. It's like the amount of money that went into that movie was not the same. Like because you think Star Wars is wall to wall special effects.
Yeah, every shot.
You know, Close Encounters, there's like a bunch of scenes like with like these interiors of just places. Like it wasn't the same level of.
Okay, I'll get it this time. This is a really good 3D effect here.
And for us to say 2001 looks modern. You're totally right. But 2001 was not a successful movie, part of it.
No. 2001 was the best visual effects for, I would say, 20 years.
Oh my god, like there's nothing even
Nothing
today.
touches it after that.
But like 2001 was like people walked out of the movie. Like, and they're like, what are these things? My favorite review of 2001 ever was a friend of mine said, the monkeys were weird, the middle was cool, the ending sucked.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite review of all. I think that's a general audience's sense of 2001.
Yeah, they just couldn't get it. It was too much.
It's definitely a cult classic. But like,
yes, but at the time,
everybody related to Star Wars. I mean, it's bizarre in some ways.
Harkens back to the serial stories that were showed before films.
And also that
classic adventure films.
And that hippie free love 1970s idea of like spirituality and force being related, like this kind of falling of Christian stuff. There's so many things. It's so cool.
It just hit on exactly the right notes that everybody could relate to at the time. Because before that, sci-fi films were regarded as hopeless.
Oh, he said turn down the game's volume a bit.
Oh, sorry. That's hard at the moment. In a second, we'll turn it down after I die. I'm almost there. Okay.
And it's also like, you know, he watched these samurai movies, he watched these westerns,
Akira Kurosawa films,
you know,
Hidden Fortress,
and like, and I also think like some of the things that are said in those original ones are like actually profound, interesting ideas, you know, and like.
I believe I'm still alive.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna die this time. Ah, Darth Vader.
And he,
Oh God, no! Oh, my shields. My shields.
Oh, it's hard. It's
0 left.
Hard. Oh, God.
3, 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah. HAL 9000, best AIs around. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wasn't it a vocoder? I think.
It must have been.
And it was,
to get that effect back then in the 60s.
And then to have it get more digitized as he pulls out the quad, and it becomes more and more like vocoderly. Slow it down,
the playback
change the
as well,
pitch.
and because it's somewhat digitized sounding, you would go. So you start with 8. So this is an amazing,
it's crazy
game and perfect for the rollerball. Oh, it is bad. Okay, still the rollerball. IBM +1. Yes. I don't believe that they didn't do that on purpose, but. Because they're both computers, computer manufacturer, it's one off, but it does spell HAL, so...
And I know, too, that Lucas, as well, was one of the first guys to really realize how much money could be made from the selling of toys and secondary things.
Yes, that was a big first mass marketing of movie tie-ins.
My understanding is that he wasn't like a thinker. He didn't plan on it. He was just like... they were like, "Hey, do you want to and he was like, "Sure, like, let's do it."
Because he had planned on it, he wouldn't have given Alec Guinness 3%
of
toys.
He had no idea that like this would turn into what it turned into.
Oh, that's true. Thrust 26. Kubrick did do everything on purpose, so yeah, HAL was probably not a mistake in the naming.
No, I mean, if there's any director that thought through most things in his movie, he's that guy.
Oh my God.
We did a Kubrick marathon, which was a really fun marathon.
It's a really good trip to go through all those films and see the progression. If you want to do a marathon, that's a really good one. And a Tarantino one as well.
We did.
It's a good marathon. But don't skip anything. Do everything they direct.
Kubrick was great, just to watch his progression. And like it was cool because it was like at a certain point he just kind of clicked into his voice. It was really crazy. It was Paths of Glory. All of a sudden,
that's when
it
went.
It's like, oh, this is a Kubrick movie. It was crazy. And everything before that was like not quite him.
Doctor Strangelove is Thrust's favorite. They're all so good.
They're all really
different
and they
ways.
Stick with you. Like there's some really weird ones, like Lolita's, a bit uncomfortable to watch. And definitely in 2019, very uncomfortable. Because of the perspective it plays.
It's probably way more acceptable when it came out than it is now.
Yeah, which is
saying something.
But no, they're all so good. 2001 definitely is great.
Standard. Yeah.
I remember watching 2001 for the first time at a friend's place and just not understanding what was going on.
Yeah, if you cut up the beginning and the end, it's very understandable.
But I mean, like, I remember, but not in terms of, like, I didn't understand the story, but I'd never seen a movie that didn't kind of tell you exactly what it was.
Yeah, there's very little hand-holding in that.
It was like we started watching it, and they were like, we want to show you this thing. And I'm like, okay. And then we're watching it, and I'm like, so when's the movie going to explain what it is? And it just never did. And I was watching this thing, and I'm like, oh, wow, this is like something else is going on here.
Yes, it's something deeper, something you have to think about.
It stuck with me for years, and it was went until I kind of rewatched it in film school that I was like, oh, I understand that this is comprehensible.
Yes. Immediately again, you're good at that part.
For some reason, somehow, I just get lucky, I think.
You must be just always mostly in the center.
I'm not very good at the other stuff.
I suppose as I read about Kubrick in the Stargate part where the paint and chemicals and oil. Oh, at the end. Yeah, that was. I can't remember how he did that. But he did very, very interesting effect. Where it's all going by you, the Stargate at the end of 2001. Yeah, where you just let oils go through and it would just pass by. I can't remember how they did that. Well, thank you, Mr. Fix. Glad you're enjoying the show. These are amazing Trak-Ball packs because these games on joystick are frustrating.
They are frustrating.
As you could imagine, trying to move around with the joystick rather than being able to move quickly.
Oh, God.
Yeah, some of those are difficult. You have to move left or right because you might be at the full extent of your leftness. Difficult?
Yeah.
Oh, that was early finished.
You lost it. Let's give it another go. See.
No, it's too long.
Oh yeah, good point. One of my favorite books of all time is a book called Hero of a Thousand Faces, which is written by Joseph Campbell, and he studied mythology and the way stories were told, studying like Buddha and Christ and all these different mythologies, and he was the guy that Lucas hired to be the story editor on his film.
Very smart.
And he defines the book connected with Star Wars actually defines like the way in which a lot of really Hollywood story structure was changed. This idea of a hero's journey was something that really didn't exist in that way before. This idea of a spiritual journey coinciding with a physical one changed the way people thought of storytelling.
I didn't have that before.
And really, I mean, there are...
In a big way, I
guess. There were examples of it for sure, but it's so defined in terms of like crossing a threshold, which is like, you know, Tatooine, like the closing of like of the caved entrance being like his family being killed, him, you know, entering, you know, so it's a really crazy idea because it was like that movie's cultural influence on just storytelling, period. But it
does a perfect balance of that, of the actual physical journey, and his transformation from a whiny kid
to
on a moisture farm
to sort of becoming
being one of the most powerful people in the galaxy.
With this, and then it's an internal journey. You think about the Matrix; it's the same beats actually, very similar. And like Avatar is similar. Like you look at a lot of these.
So that structure was set in a big way in Star Wars, and people really paid attention to it and went, "Wow! We can tell really great stories that way."
And it was Joseph Campbell. If you're ever interested in getting inside that kind of
that
idea, that's right. Campbell's the guy, and it's actually very life changing, profound stuff because it talks about something more than just here's how to tell a story. Because Campbell wasn't a dude being like, hey. This is what you do to tell a story. He's like, oh no, if you look at the stories that humanity keeps telling, these are the beats that they take.
Yeah,
so it wasn't.
That's right.
It wasn't like, here's how to sell a screenplay. It's more like, okay, humans seem to go through these steps. So it's very interesting stuff, and you know, it's actually. But in any case, that's my little Star Wars, you know,
background
to a
on story.
That's right.
Spindly 1970 says, guys, I've been home with the flu. I agree with Mr. Fix. This has made me feel better today.
Oh, good.
I'm glad we were able to provide you with some entertainment and some enjoyment, some stories.
That's right.
Great games, great hosts, and cute cats.
Hey,
that's our new tagline.
That's what we gotta do. Who wrote that? That's amazing.
Mr. Fix.
Oh, Mr. Fix, thanks, dude.
So let's go over the games here again.
I found a place that had Blu-ray and was selling basically to cover the cost of the disc and labels and postage. I know it went against the whole don't pay for the DS editions, but I had them downloaded. I just wanted them in a nice, easy, playable format.
Yeah, do I have mine up here? Yes. Here's mine.
Oh, dude!
These are the despecialized editions.
You got the despecialized?
Yep, with cases, with covers. Got those printed out because somebody had... They're all dusty, but...
No, that's great. Hand shot first. So first.
First?
Yeah.
He just shot. There is no first.
That's right.
The other guy did not shoot at all.
That's such a silly thing. That one.
That was ridiculous to make him seem not as bad of a guy. So here's all the despecialized editions.
That's right.
Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
And Mr. Fix says, "Keep the dream alive. We want Shoplifter."
And it's got all the details on the back. But yeah, these are from the Laserdisc versions.
Yeah.
So these are the unspecialized versions. They're great to have.
Yeah, and I think that A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back are two great films just in general.
Yes.
They're really awesome films, especially the despecialized stuff without all the junk. If you just
distracting stuff.
It's just theatrical versions are just
yes, neat. We did go over the award show at the top, and we're going to do a recap now for all the people who weren't here at the top. So the award show, the 2018 Atari Awards, will be on February 23rd at noon Pacific Time, 3 Eastern Time, and 8 p.m. GMT. So everyone across North America and Europe will be able to see it. I don't think anybody's tuned in from any Asia countries or Australia, so...
Not yet, James.
Not yet. Maybe because we're at terrible times for them.
Probably.
But, so voting, public voting, you guys out there get to vote on, starts on January 23rd at the end of the month, in 21 days from today. And you get to vote for 4 weeks. 27 days. It ends on February 18th, and then we broadcast on February 23rd. And this will all be in the Atari Age forums. 10 categories we have. Best Homebrew, which is like Best Picture. We're going to relate these two. Film
That's right.
Similes. Is like simile metaphor? No, it's a simile. Or just examples. So Best Homebrew is like Best Picture.
That's right.
Best Atari Basic Homebrew would be like Best short film, I guess.
Totally,
yeah,
that's totally right. Because a short film is just like, here's an idea of something they could turn into.
No, not really. That's more like work in progress.
That's a good point.
We don't want to belittle the Atari Basic. Some of them are amazing, but we wanted to give a separate category for it. And the James goes to. Yeah, I don't have a name for it. Yeah. We can call it the Pixels. I don't know. We can't call it the Ataris because.
The Pixels is good. You should do that, man.
The Pixel Awards.
Yeah, the Pixel Awards. Think about it.
Yeah. Best Work in Progress Homebrew. I guess like best up and coming film.
Yeah.
There's no equivalent because they don't give awards to films that aren't done yet.
And it's a different medium because it's a refining process. Like we've seen that in the show, where you kind of start with an idea, you think it's done, you because it's meant it's like a playpen is what you're designing. You're not designing at like a singular experience. So it's
an idea, it's a seed, and then you add to it, and it shapes as people play it, and as you think of new ideas for it. Because we play work in progress on the show, and we give feedback, and the people watching give feedback.
And a new model of video game playing with the internet is actually this idea of constantly evolving a game.
Yeah, because with new games now, like AAA titles are still evolving.
Yeah.
Because games aren't set in stone anymore.
Like the game I play all the time, it constantly, every 6 months it resets and there's new content added. And that's fun because if you like the world, then they realize you're happy to keep playing and keep updating. And that's where like we have mods and even homebrew exists because of that. So it is an evolving thing. So, and it's tough. Even if the game is done, it's not because it's done. It's just because the programmer goes, I can't work on this anymore. I need to move on.
Yeah. Then there's Best Game Hack, which these are hacks, but these are old hacks. These are from a couple years ago. Best Game Hack, so it's taking an existing game and changing it. Sounds, graphics, gameplay. Best Demo, and this is from demo scenes, not demos of games. Non-interactive visual auditory experiences, where people are showing off the hardware. Best Programming, which would be like Best Director. Yeah. Best graphics would be like
best cinematography.
Best cinematography. Best music and sound would be music and sound.
Yeah, best sound mix and sound edit.
Best boom operator.
Yeah, best boom operator. He held that boom so well. Homebrewski.
Homebrewskis. The Homebrewskis.
That's like that's like when you're halfway through the friggin' Tooth Eater game. That's when you get a Homebrewski after that.
Or use the Intellivision name, Game of the Year, Greatest of the Year. For best homebrew. Best packaging, which would be, I don't know. There's no equivalent to that.
It's like best poster. I don't know.
Yeah, like best promotion. There's no best promotion.
No, it's such a different thing, though. It's such a different. That's where.
So this would be like
Homer. That's funny.
The Homer. Homer. So this would be like the packaging for Stay Frosty, like the cover art and the box.
Also, like the crazy like elf character from Centipede, right? Like that's all part of it.
Right. And like the cover for the cartridges, that's all best packaging. Anything that's not the game is the best packaging.
That's right.
And Technical Achievement Award is for anybody who does any kind of cool innovation that pushes the homebrew forward on the Atari 2600, like the splitter that was done by Nathan for Wizard of War. That would be up for one because it was developed and released last year. We demoed it first on the show, first time anybody had seen it, so that was released last year. Not released, but it was in a state where people could see it. And there are 188 homebrews that have been released in 2018, homebrew hacks and demos, and are up for nomination for those 10 categories. And so myself, Erlen, Darcy, Tanya are all going to be hosting the awards in and out. It wasn't released, but it was shown. It was used on the show, and it was shown. So I don't know. We'll have to see if that makes it or not. We'll figure that out. But any innovation in a game as well. So we will all be there in front of the camera on February 23rd, and we'll keep reminding you, obviously. Yeah, a work in progress. Work in progress technical achievement. So I'll keep reminding you every show that's on February 23rd. I'll keep updating you on when the voting will open for the public, which is January 23rd, and exactly a month before the awards. So we want your vote. It'll probably be in the Atari Age forums, so that almost everybody watches the show is in the Atari Age forums.
And the more votes you get, the better representation this will be of this stuff. Yes. The awards will be way more meaningful the more that you vote, because it's right. Like
you only get one vote per game though. It's not an everyday vote. Those are crap. I hate
that. That's terrible. But what I mean is, like, from a statistical perspective, it's like the more numbers we have, hell yeah, which I think is really important, because it would be great to be able to really sort of hand over those awards and know that the community showed up and said, hey,
this is what we think. Yeah. This is our voice, and it is a community vote. It's not some elites deciding for.
That's right.
We wanted to make sure that everybody who plays these games and contributes back gets a say in the awards, and I think that's really important, rather than just sitting back and wondering who gets it and having no say in it.
That's right.
Yeah, so we got a green screen for the award show. It's going to be lots of nice graphics, and just like the trophies as well. We ordered physical trophies, and they're beautiful. When I get one, we'll actually be showing them. They are ordered, they're paid for, they're being made as we speak. I ordered them over the holidays, so it took a little bit longer. But they look. I did a design for them, and I sent it to them, and they improved the design, so it looks really, really good.
That's this. You know you're working with good people when.
Yes, when I didn't even think of that. I didn't think you could do that. It's like, oh, it's beautiful.
And then let us know in the comments as well if this microphone works a little bit better or any issues. You guys said at the top of the show it's great. I'm sure if you didn't notice the microphone, that means we've done our job.
Nobody said anything, so that's good.
Great.
And I'll listen back too. Hopefully it's less reverby. I doubt it's less reverb. I think it's going to be more reverby.
Yeah, it's going to be more of an echo. Depends.
It gets a little bit from the back.
Yeah.
It's got a little
thing,
and, but a big thing in the front.
The true test will be Darcy. That's
yelling.
The case.
Yes. And just like award shows, we're going to have pre-done graphics for the nominations. It's like the nominees are now the name of the game plus a little bit of gameplay, and then go to the next one. Mike's good. ArenaFoot says, "Well, that's excellent.
Thank you."
And we'll see if we have to bring it closer to us, and maybe like angle it down or something.
I want a limiter for Darcy. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, this can take a lot of dB, so it should be good for Darcy's yelling. I'll need to find a bin file that uses a trackball that tests to test my trackballs. All these games are available, all these trackball games we played are available on the Atari Age forums. You can download all of them. Yeah. And obviously if you want them in beautiful cartridge form, they're at Atari Age store, $25 each. I spent a crap load of money and bought all of them because I feel it's my duty to do this now, to show them on the show.
Let's run through the games real quick before we just
just a summary. So we played Plaque Attack off the top,
which was fun,
challenging,
really difficult. Still trying to figure out those controls. It felt a bit clunky, but I don't know what would make it better. I think it was a really good game for what it was. Definitely not like the one that sort of stole the show for me.
No, definitely not.
But very fun.
Centipede, awesome. I think that was a great use of the trackball, and it controls really well on that one. You'd be able to move really quick. I think Plaque Attack, you could, if it was faster, the movement was faster.
That's the point. Yeah, definitely.
It would have been better. But Centipede was really good. Colony 7
was very hard, very fun,
very hard,
challenging. Like we felt like we needed a mouse.
Yeah,
it was definitely like to the limits of my abilities. Like it felt like there was almost a bit of a random factor because it was just those things were moving so hard. You had to be so precise. You had to like hit these things. It's very difficult. Probably one of the harder games I've played with the trackball.
Yes.
I think on mouse it would be a different story.
Yeah, that would be way more precise. Missile control, took a while to get fun, but then it got
I think that's the game of the day for me.
Yeah,
I think a lot they were all but I don't have the same nostalgic connection to Star Wars because Star Wars is a good game, but I think that like to me that calculations, I think it did something I've never seen before, and that's always really great.
And it was a good balance between offense and defense, and you had to pick your timing.
Yeah.
And it had the bank shots, and it had so many things going on. It had the defense shield. It had bombs coming down that you had to defend yourself against. It had ships you had to shoot, and it just had so much.
Slow ramp up. Also, it's just my taste as a gamer. I like making calculations. I like things that are a tiny bit slower, but require a bit more thought. Mm-hmm. Like pause and play kind of games would be great. Anything that requires me to do some little bit of calculation, like you guys know I love chess, which is only that you're just sort of thinking about every little piece. So to me it felt a little bit like it was like playing a chess game that was also a shooter, which is a combination I haven't seen before, which I really appreciated. So I think that's the game of the evening for me. But they were all actually at a really high. Sometimes we play games on the show and it's like whoa, like there's some of the worst games I've ever played to like some of the best. This was like every game was
something.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely my game of the day.
Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because I've been waiting so long to be able to play Star Wars on a trackball at home. Because with the joystick, it's okay, but it's not the same experience as you get in the arcade of being able to have that fluid movement of whatever you want. Somebody's talking about Millipede GCC. What is GCC?
Yeah, let us know what that means. I suppose and Arena both seem to know, but I mean, they know everything.
Yeah. So. Because they keep track of everything. And we are going to be playing Millipede on Friday.
Check out this, Mr. Fix says, or as my wife calls it, Centipede.
Centipede.
That's so great.
So in the next show, we're going to be playing the other 5 trackball games. This is on Friday at 6 p.m. Space Master X7, which I've never played. Reactor, which I think I have played.
Is it a Tanya Day?
It is a Tanya Day because Darcy was here
last Friday.
Last Friday, yes.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Watching Tanya play some Trak-Ball games will be great.
That'll be fun. Nexar, Challenge of Nexar, which I've not played. Missile Command, which I played a whole ton, which is obviously it was very close to Missile Control. You have the cities you defend against, and they're shooting the cities. It's almost exactly the same, except scaled down, really pared down. That's going to be great on the Trak-Ball. And Millipede, which is an extension of Centipede. It's just different type of gameplay. It's a prototype of Millipede made by GCC for Atari, but not used. Read instructions for Reactor. Okay, I'll definitely read the instructions. So there was some other Trak-Ball games made as well. So I expect more Trak-Ball games in the future.
Yeah,
I would think coming out from Atari Age, and I hope they do get released because there's many more games. Any game where you're shooting in one direction and you're just moving around the screen, it's perfect for Trak-Ball. Like an XY game where you're moving around. Anything with crosshairs, perfect. Anything where you're a guy moving around, anything where you change direction of shot, not great. There's ways of doing that where you move to the left and then shoot and it locks in your shot, but it's not as good. Oh, looks terrible, plays fantastic. It's all about gameplay though. So that is it for this week. Not this week, today.
Yeah, today.
We're coming back on Friday with all those last 5 games. And so I'll be posting all the details about the Atari Awards in the forums. So you can make your criticisms and comments there if you like.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll be updating. Oh, GCC developed a chip designed for the Atari 7800. Oh, cool.
General computer.
Or light gun game. Yes. Crossbow would be another good game to adapt, which was made by Dan Kitchen for 2600. And also that interview is coming out fairly soon. My 3rd interview from Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Just was talking with Dan the other day and asking him for the B-roll. For
perfect.
that, because the interview's all edited. It's all done.
I
just have to put in the B-roll and we're golden. So I'll get.
Of course, there's B-roll in your interviews. Everybody else just is like an unedited shot of just this awkward angle.
Oh no, you gotta put in.
You're going
B-roll.
in. Yeah, you'd have to. It helps significantly. I mean, vocabulary is different.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, I'm a filmmaker, so I don't have a ton of time to dedicate those, and I'm not making money off those, so I can't do huge things. But I do what I can with them.
Arena said they just sent you screenshots of GCC Millipede.
Oh, it looks pretty cool. Let's take a look.
Whoa, it looks insane.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, the nice little mushroom.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks fine. There's nothing wrong with
they said the look is better, but the gameplay is better in the one. Or
the look is bad in this, but the gameplay is better. Oh, it looks.
Oh, is that what they said? Or I thought it was reversed.
No.
Gameplays.
Oh, looks terrible, plays fantastic. How he's supposed to says right.
But that's I think about Reactor.
Oh.
What he means by Reactor.
Oh,
I think when he was talking about.
Oh, okay, not the Millipede. Yeah, this looks really good.
Yeah, looks in the 2600 is a relative thing.
They
That's
are.
Correct.
There's about that much room.
You just cut to like a 4K screen grab from The Witcher 3. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, but new homebrew, it looks pretty good though.
Oh yeah.
Like you look at Mappy and this like blows everything out of the water in terms of what can be done with graphics on the 2600. So they pushed it pretty far, but back then everything was blocks.
See, I did get it right that the version looks better, but the Atari version, the one we just played, plays better.
Oh,
it makes sense. The one we played was very fun. Like that
he's talking about Millipede though.
Yeah, Millipede. That's right.
We played Centipede.
Oh really?
But they're both
okay.
They're both very similar anyway.
So complicated.
They're both.
This is where my ignorance doesn't help.
Trak-Ball Millipede at 350,000 is still getting harder with 4 spiders.
That's right.
Funny. Okay, so that's it for this week. For this episode, we'll be back on Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, with the last of the 5 Trak-Ball games, and then the week after, there's a whole ton of work in progress games that came out. Unlike the first.
Really?
Yesterday.
Amazing.
And really good ones. So you're in for a treat next Wednesday. We got some great work in progress games. Let me just take a look at them really quick, just because I want to give their names out. Because people can go...
Sorry, buddy.
People can go... They're all available right now, I think. I don't think I have any exclusives for that one. Daredevil, Chaotic Grill had a good update.
I have to play that one with a blindfold.
Daredevil, yep, that's right. Well, good luck with that. Shark Jaws Plus, Snowflakes 2018, which was the sequel to the game that fixed our colors.
Yeah.
Remember the snowflake one?
I remember that one, yeah.
And Tumble Temple, which is really, really cool. So we've been playing those games on next Wednesday.
Looking forward to it. Was it?
And also coming up on January 23rd, when the nominations, the lists of the games that are nominated for the Atari Awards, is when we're going to be starting to replay all the nominated games.
Amazing.
So we're going to do an overview of all the games that are nominated for the awards, so that people who haven't played them, or maybe we haven't played them on the show yet, that's unlikely because we probably would have played all of them. We're going to go through all of them, as long as it takes. So I don't know how many are nominated, because it could be the same 10 for every category, which will kind of suck. I doubt it'll be the same 10.
Well, I'm in, man.
But it could be a different 10. We might have to end up playing all the games.
Well, this is good. We start at, if we start at 11, which is, I think, we've said the show's probably going to be every Wednesday from now on.
Yes, that would be great.
Then we can kind of, just spend some... We don't have to worry about, getting too late. We can just play.
Yes.
And if you guys tune in or tune out, or you want to check out, you want to watch any of them on YouTube later, it's
available.
We'll do our thing, and then you guys can come in and hang out.
Fill in whenever you want.
Yeah.
Work in progress 2019 games. Yeah, those are all brand new games. Panic Rooms. Yes, that's one that has just come out, but he hasn't released a ROM.
Is that related to the David Fincher movie? I doubt it.
I doubt it. I don't think it's a movie tie-in.
No.
We did play one movie tie-in game, an official movie tie-in, which was the Ready Player One.
That's right. We did do Ready Player One.
Official new Atari 2600 homebrew movie tie-in.
It was so meta and perfect.
It was. We do have to revisit that.
Yeah.
We barely scratched the surface of that game.
It was a tough game, too.
It was fun. Yeah. The
Stacks.
The Stacks, that's what it was called. That's right. Okay, so we're out of here. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, as per usual. Thanks, Arena Foot, Ground Trooper. And I want to say that the 2018 Atari Awards is also brought to you by Arena Foot's group of books, homebrew companion books.
Right.
And also Atari Age, who's being really been helpful in getting this going.
I believe he said that they're shipping out. It was somewhere early in the show. He mentioned something about it's shipping out now. I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, his new book was released on Christmas, just before Christmas.
Quickly hit us up with the details faster.
Oh, I know it all. I know it all.
He knows it good.
I know it all. His new book, The Christmas Homebrew.
That's what he mentioned.
Holiday Homebrew Special book is now out in digital form, and the soft cover book will be out soonish. It's out today.
Homebrew book out today.
There we go.
Okay, good. I'm so happy I rememred. I kept it in my brain,
awesome.
Arena.
Did he post it at some point?
He did.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Well, we were busy, and I was like, we'll wrap it up. We'll mention it later, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, so I have his first two books right here, and this will be his third book. So these are all homebrew games. Nobody else does exclusively homebrew games. Arena Foot is the man for putting these out.
That's right.
They are all homebrew holiday games in this new book.
And the ebook and Kindle was X-Men.
Okay.
Good.
That makes sense. So now you can actually get it in physical form.
We snuck it in, Arena. We almost missed it. We got it.
And these were very helpful in the stream the other day with Stay Frosty, because the first book had hints on Stay Frosty.
Details? Oh, man.
So he goes through all the hints, how to get high scores, how the game was made, going into the history of the games. They're really, really good. So I highly recommend picking up the series of books. And so that's, I think, it for the news. And we'll be back on Friday with some more games. Oh, I didn't finish off reading all people's names out. So thanks for tuning in. Arena Foot, Impaler 26, Spindly 1970, Mr. Fix,
Ground
Trooper, Splendid
Even though you're driving, thanks for
dropping
careful.
In. Be careful. Put on audio only, don't watch us. if you're driving.
Thrust, I know we might have already mentioned.
Thrust 26, Ice Bosta.
Wink Dot.
Wink Dot.
There was some other people at the beginning.
There were. They might have scrolled up.
I'm sure we already said that.
Oh, Gretums, I remember.
Yeah, Gretums was hanging out with us.
There's a lot of chat. Oh, I think it just scrolled off. So, anybody else we missed or anybody else lurking, just watching? There's a lot of people lurking. And thank you for watching. You don't have to talk. 390 pages. It's a thick book. These are about the same.
It's more of a resource book, right? It's kind of one of those
390 pages? How much is that book? These are only 180 pages.
Yeah.
Holy crap. So they're about twice as big as this book.
Yeah.
So it's like these put together. That's going to be a thick one.
Bang for your buck, and it's also, you can kind of use it as you go. You don't necessarily have to, like...
Use it as a doorstop, too.
That's right. Correct.
Because it's that big. Discipline your children with it. Dang, yo, says Gretums. So, again, we're out of here. And see you on Friday. Thanks for tuning in.
See you next Wednesday.
Bye-bye. At least it's better than Tuesday.
Yeah, it's better.